Welcome to Off the Binge, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. Each week, we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in depth reviews of the latest episodes from this season's lineup. Join us as we give you your weekly dose of anime coverage. So, anyway, Nate, honestly, real question: would you do a threesome?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
What's going
Hey
on?
guys.
Yeah, you probably caught some of that. Sorry if you had to. No threesome here, as you could see, for this podcast, episode 86,
We're
by the
doing we're
way.
doing straight up missionary,
Yeah,
just the two
yeah.
of us.
Of Off the Binge, episode 86. This is a wild start, but it's fitting because you'll find out later if you don't know. During this episode of Off the Binge, episode 86, week 3, summer anime. And yeah, I feel like we had a lot of good stuff this week. Once again, I feel like last week there was a lot of stuff worth mentioning and talking about, and I feel like this week was definitely the same. A lot of standout episodes, at least from my perspective. We'll see if Grem's feeling the same way. But excited as always, and hopefully you guys are ready for another episode here. But yeah, I'm not alone. Like I said, got someone else here with me for tonight's episode. So gonna throw it over to Grem now, and let's check in on the man god.
Hey guys, this is a big season for me, the Man-God, which you guys will see later. But it was a fun. This is a fun week. I mean, you said it perfectly. This week had a lot of really good episodes. I'm really excited to get into this. Unfortunately, our big host, our big man, the Stampede man, the Vash, the Stampede, the Tempest, whatever his whole name is that he gives himself, he can't be here this week. Moving is a lot of hard work, guys. I don't think you understand.
I went through
Um,
it not that long ago. Yeah,
I
I
was
get it.
telling the boys that like they don't need to feel bad because I am dreading moving from where I live. Like I do not know how I'm gonna move anything. That's a long way off for me. I've got all sorts of shit I need to work out and do before then, but I am dreading it already, and I know that's like a year at least off. So I I'm completely understanding their plight. So don't give them a hard time. I'll give them a hard time. Trust me, that's my job. Um, but no, I'm really excited to get into this week. We're actually gonna have a binge chilling this time because I did binge 40 episodes of something this week. Because I would have got so much shit from one of our mutual friends because he was shit talking until literally yesterday. He was shit talking me for not having been caught up on something, which of course my co-hosts know about because I think they were there when they
I
heard
was there. Yes.
him flinging shit at me. So,
He
uh,
said, "All right, watch this
he
then."
said, "All right, fine." So I buckled down and got it done. I didn't really want to, but here we are. Um, so yeah, and might as well just get to that, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And chill. Do
binge
you have
chilling.
anything before I take it away?
Uh, I do not.
All
It's
right.
all you, man.
Well, in preparation for one of the goats coming back, I didn't actually watch. Well, I did actually. See, it was like a fever dream when Bleach came back. I don't know about y'all, but for me, Bleach is like one of my top anime ever. It's the first anime I watched knowing it was anime and getting into it. So it has a special place in my heart. And I do know a lot of the content coming up. I watched a predominant Bleach YouTuber back in the day when the manga was coming out. So I actually caught up that way with the manga. But I had apparently watched most of season 1 and 2 of the new seasons, but I wasn't really sure because I never actually sat down and watched them. I think I kind of got it from watching it with other people or being around when other people watched it because I swear I never sat down and watched it. But as I was watching these episodes, I realized I knew everything that was happening. So, so I'm so confused because I don't remember watching these, but apparently I have. But I did catch up. I did start from season 1, episode 1, and I watched all the way through until I caught up literally yesterday, and then I watched the new episode that came out yesterday. or today. Was it today or it was yesterday or today?
It was yesterday, as of us
It was
recording.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Okay, and
Saturday.
I watched the episode today, the new episode. So we will talk about that in a couple of minutes. But I didn't catch up completely to Bleach. The one thing I will say is Uryu never makes sense in this arc.
It's
It
been
does
one of my
not make
least favorite
sense.
things in Thousand Year Blood Wars Uryu's his character.
It
Sure.
just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because like we
I mean,
knew
I've never
Uryu.
been too high on his character anyway. I'm gonna be honest, but
I like Uryu, but like he just doesn't make sense this arc. Like everything we know about Soken, everything we know about his dad, even if he doesn't like his dad and his dad shit talks Soken, Soken specifically clearly does not like the Vandenreich, right? Does not like the Stern Raiders, does not like Yuha. He broke away, he was banished from Yuha Bak, right? What sense does it make for Uryu to join the Stern Raiders other than trying to be the inside man to take him down from inside? That makes sense.
hmm.
Why did he have to be so secretive and bullshit and attack Ichigo and crew when he
he
could have
was
like
he was
it
selling it
didn't
really
make
good,
sense.
man.
He was selling it so well. Like he shot Yoruichi. He did so much shit. It's like I get that you're not on our side because you're trying to be secret, but bro, you're doing too much, bro. You know?
Like
It's just one
you could
thing,
have disclosed some things still, and then put on your whole
honestly,
act. Yeah, right.
right? Or you could have told like had your dad
It's just
tell
the
him or
way he was
something.
moving was
It's
yeah.
just everything about it made no sense to me. Uryu, his motivations, I get it. It makes sense that he wants to be the secret man inside, and he has the power of antithesis because that's what his A is, right? Because you have the Almighty, and he is the antithesis. So it makes sense that Uryu getting the power um from Yuha is and the name of it antithesis means it probably has something to do like a straight counter to Yuha is what my guess is.
Hmm.
Uh but like even then like once you were granted the power can't you easily like use it or something? But then of course Yuha has the power to fucking say no to all Quincy's and take their powers back. So it's just a whole lot of Yuha is way too damn strong and it doesn't make sense. And Uryu makes no damn sense this whole entire thing. Like it doesn't like man, I love Uryu, but he doesn't make sense in these couple of seasons. And you guys can disagree with me. You can write in the comments about how dumb I am and I don't understand the subtlety or whatever. But it just doesn't make sense to me. If he was always on Ichigo's side, and I get it, the Almighty, he can see everything, so maybe like him telling them would get him outed, but everybody knew he was a traitor. Hashwath never believed that Uryu was good. Never, never once. But I don't know. And considering everything we know about Yuha and that Yuha can see everything, it doesn't make any sense for him to be like tricked by Uryu at all anyway. It just everything about the Uryu storyline makes no sense to me, and I'm sorry, it just doesn't. I will say it was really freaking neat to have the Fullbringers come back.
Hmm.
The Fullbringers, the Arrancar, the
They
Vizards,
brought like everyone back.
everybody
It
is
felt like
coming.
yeah.
Basically brought everyone back. I hate that two of the most underutilized characters died instantly. Because I want more than anything, my favorite Soul Reaper in like and the way, especially his sword. My favorite Soul Reaper's sword is Kira, and Kira died instantly and isn't coming back, not the same way as everyone else. Everyone else died, became zombies, and came back with some bullshit, right? And they're like alive again and no longer zombies. But Kira didn't. He got a fucking massive hole in his chest, completely blew off his torso. He is dead, and a zombie now, and like he has rods through his chest now to keep him up and shit. And even he himself, when he came back, said, I am a dead man or whatever. I just wish Kira got what like some love because Kira's my favorite Soul Reaper there. because Wabisuke is such a cool design for a sword, and I really loved everything about it, and he just gets offed instantly. It really freaking sucks because like Wabisuke is the coolest sword in my opinion because it's a guillotine, right? Like it's a curved blade guillotine that its whole thing is everything it cuts it doubles in weight, right? To the point that you're if you're holding onto your sword, you drop it and you kneel to your knees and he can wrap the sword around your neck and freaking behead you. It's such a sick freaking power he has, right?
Yeah.
And and that's just his Shikai. I wish so much we got to see his Bankai, or we get to see his Bankai coming up soon. But they Kira is so underutilized in my opinion. I wish we had more from him. We're not gonna be able to see shit from Ukitake because of his whole situation, which really sucks. But I mean, look, I enjoyed catching up. Yamamoto is the goat,
Yeah.
honestly. Everything with that is so cool. The fact that he lost because he got tricked by the illusion or whatever his name is, or the mimic, I think is his power, is so bullshit and it's really annoying. But it's such a shame. Unohana is such a badass. Finally, we get the and I know this is late information and out of date. I know this is from season 1, but Unohana coming up and saying like we finally get the payoff for hundreds of episodes of everybody being scared shitless of Unohana all the time. And she walks up and goes, "Yeah, no, all right, Kenpachi, it's time for you to stop being a little bitch." And fortunately, she has to sacrifice herself to make that happen. But you know, it really sucks. But Unohana went out like a fucking monster as well. Not even fighting the enemy, which is crazy to me because I feel like Unohana would have taken a couple people out. I don't know. I love Bleach. I'm so excited to get into this new stuff, especially especially this first episode, man. Wife is all I'm saying. So yeah, I caught up to I caught up fully to Bleach. I watched it in dub so that I could play
Ah,
Power World and do other things while doing it. I know you guys hate me, I get it, but it is nice to watch dubbed.
the
I
fact you already
hate
read it, I guess too. You know,
Yeah,
more of
I
a
already
pass,
read
a
it, and
little bit more of a
I
pass.
remember the first 2 seasons as if I watched it, even though I don't remember watching it. So, I you know, um, but yeah, I hate. I will say, I hate Hat and Clogs guy's voice actor, and I will never call him by his name. His name is Hat and Clogs guy because that's what they always called him. I hate his voice actor in English. It's actually horrible. It actually irks me every time he speaks in the English dub. I will say that it's so bad. Everyone else sounds relatively okay. I think Unohana sounds way better in the sub. I'll give you guys that. Kenpachi sounds so much better in the sub than the dub. Ichigo, I mean, you can't go wrong with Johnny Young Bosch.
True.
So Ichigo's not so bad. Uh, Orihime is a lot less annoying in the dub, I will say. Then again, she wasn't saying Kurosaki-kun every 5 seconds. So that's a plus. Kurosaki-kun! Man, I have so much fun with Bleach. I'm excited for it to be back. I'm excited to talk about it later. In honestly, probably like 2 or 3 minutes to be, or maybe like 5 or 6 minutes. But let's stop talking about the past and let's move on. Please be advised, everybody, audience and listeners, we review seasonal anime and we will be covering the past week from July 20th to the 26th. And time codes, as always, are provided so you may skip whatever you don't want to hear us yap about. We will be yapping, so enjoy. Let's start with our first category, Shonen,
Shonen
and
Haruto.
with our honorable mentions, which I have not watched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Black Torch episode 4, I feel like there were actually like this was one of the more interesting episodes to me. I mean, at first you had Jiro and the glasses dude. I think his name's Reiji, I want to say. They kind of like had a little face off, and ultimately I feel like they did kind of gain the respect of one another, although they still kind of give each other shit and like troll each other. So their dynamic, I feel like could be yeah, like it was funny because they were fighting each other, and it ended up being a draw, or is what they, you know, what they called it. But Jiro, the MC, he kind of gave him the one up because because Jiro was only fighting with his hands while the other dude had like a wooden sword, and the ragey guy could have like seriously hurt him or done more damage to him if he, you know, was going all out, but he kind of eased up on him, and Jiro kind of took that into account and said, "Well, if you really wanted to, like, I know you could have like messed me up at the very beginning of our fight." So he kind of gave him the one up, right? But then uh he told him that he would like give him a juice box or something like that, I believe. And he ended up giving like it was like a can of, I don't even know what it was. I think it was like a carbonated, some kind of carbonated drink. And he freaking shook it up. Like, you didn't see him do
Wow,
it.
that's me.
Yeah, so when he gave him the drink, he opened it and it just spewed all in his freaking face, and the dude started laughing. He's like, "Yeah, but I get the last laugh," or whatever. He's like, I shook the hell out of that thing before I gave it to you." So it was pretty funny. So yeah, the first half of the episode was a lot of like action and, you know, some comedy mix in there, but the second half of the episode actually did go into some pretty interesting things with Rago, which I feel like is definitely going to be pretty important going forward. Now, granted, this series was axed, so I don't know how deep or how much they're actually going to go into this, but they did bring you know, go in a little bit to Rago's past, and like with him being sealed, and kind of laying out some goals, kind of like objectives for Jiro going forward, and just like the cast. So yeah, there was definitely some more interesting things I feel like to latch on in the second half of the episode. So I feel like all around it made for a solid episode. Nothing like too crazy, but I did enjoy it. Also, it is kind of a shame. People have been pointing it out because the Ichika girl, people have been like kind of finding her annoying, and people feel like they're just kind of using her as like fan service, because like all the shots of her are like of her thighs, or her boobs, or, you know, her ass. Just like some of the shots, the angles are like crazy. So it's just like, what is her freaking purpose in this? 'Cause she's also kind of annoying, her personality right now. I feel like she does need,
Or Inept.
we need to see some development from her. I don't know if that's, you know, like I said, with the series being axed, how much time do they have to even flesh her character out? Who knows? But yeah, it is a little disappointing because maybe a character like her could have potential. I don't know, but uh, yeah. But now we're getting some bigger players in the mix, as we left off the episode with. So was kind of a bit of a spicy cliffhanger, I will say. So it seems like maybe the group was set up, and the guy who was sitting on the bench, it was like the most obvious, you know, potential antagonist, I guess, or someone that Jiro was going to end up fighting, and he ended up showing up at the end of the episode too. So it seemed like the group has been like set up. So yeah, some setup, some stuff in the past with Rago, some solid action. It was all around, you know, solid episode. Not like one of my
This is
favorites of the week, but it was fun.
this is the second Axed series that we're getting, right? We have another one coming soon, I think. First, of course, was Kill Blue, and then now is this. Do you think it stands up to Kill Blue in like terms of like your opinion on how it like is? Or are you seeing like reasons why this shit got axed and you agree with it? Like right now.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like this one does, like, it's surprising to me that it was X, because I feel like it has enough there to kind of have that like appeal, and to sell a lot, But it's not something I'm like raving about, going crazy for, but like
Because like Kill Blue, I felt like we knew why it would get axed. That premise can only stand for so long, right?
yeah, I feel like Kill Blue does make a bit more sense. Like Kill Blue did
Yeah.
go on a lot longer than Black Torch though, actually. But yeah, Black Torch I feel like just for like a general audience, I feel like has a lot more probably to go for it, but also the author of Kill Blue has a lot more, I feel like recognition and probably fans too. So that's another probably big deal with with Kuroko, because that was his.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's been fun. Like I said, it's not like one of my favorite anime of the season. This wasn't one of my favorite episodes of the week, but like it was. I feel like it had enough going for it for a mention.
But it wasn't
Obviously,
in the garbage pile of shit that you consume because you're forced to. It was something that was at least enjoyable.
yeah, like solid enough
Yeah.
for obviously an honorable mention. So,
There you go.
so yeah, next up we have Daemons
Do
of
we
the
have any
Shadow
more honorable
Realm.
mentions before we go past? I know we don't have anything written, but do we have
I
anything
don't.
else?
I don't.
Okay, yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
That's just making sure. We can go to Daemons of the Shadow Realm, which this week I think the biggest and most hype reveal is that left and right, or specifically right, and I don't know if I got it wrong last week, but I now know right is definitely the dude and left is the chick.
Yeah.
I got that in my head now. But right smelled something on the swords.
Mm,
Yeah, right smelled the blood of Yoru's parents,
yeah. Which is
which
very. Yeah, and they brought up
confirmed.
they brought up a couple different possibilities, right? That like it could have been the previous,
But we
wielder.
also don't know that it was enough to be. We also don't know for sure that they're dead.
Right. There
Just
was
that
no
we smelled the
confirmation.
blood.
Right.
And I think that's a clever way of showing us that they were probably abducted. The Kagemoris, one of the branches, even if it's this other branch that we now know about. What are they? The show something? What's
Shin
this branch?
was it Shinro or Shinzo or something like that?
Yeah, whatever. The mother's side of the family.
Yeah.
Uh, this might be that they have the parents, which would be interesting and concerning as hell.
Hmm.
um, which is kind of a big reveal
Oh yeah.
that we know that the parents are. We don't know if they're dead. We don't know if they're alive, but we do know that who, at the very least,
They made some kind
have
of
something to
contact
do
with
with it.
them.
Yeah, we know at the very least that these two swords had something to do with it.
Like this is our
But these
biggest
two
lead.
swords exactly, right? But
Yeah.
then again, these two swords have teleporting capabilities and bullshit space manipulation
Hmm.
abilities.
Yeah.
So that could be just how they got off the plane. That's probably how they got off the plane. Because they were on the plane and then they weren't.
Yeah.
So this could be just how they got off the plane. We don't know. And that's fascinating. So there you go. We know that these swords had something to do with it. Whether that means that this guy cut them, or if this guy teleported them and cut
They even
them,
said
or
maybe the previous
maybe the
master, the
previous
wielder
owner.
of
Who
the
knows?
swords. Yeah.
So, but
So
these swords definitely had something to do with it. These swords probably know more than they're willing to tell, and left and right are, well, they want to get answers, which, w them. Um, we got, of course, again, we cut back to Yoru with the line of, "Don't you want to die?" Which, no, I don't want to die. Believe it or not,
just
I'm
trying to live a normal life,
crazy.
man.
I
Like,
don't want to die. you know, so that is a thing. We get to see that play out a little bit more. They're trying to convince Yoru. I really don't think Yoru's gonna buy any of this shit. He doesn't believe anybody anymore. Um, I'm wondering if,
Rose is
because
gonna
his
end up
friend,
losing it at some point. I mean, we've already
yeah,
kind of seen him
for sure.
maybe a couple times, but like, I feel like he's gonna, especially with, I feel like he's constantly being fed a lot of this like his
bullshit,
mind
right?
is
They
doing the
get bullshit
Dougie,
from
bro.
everyone.
His mind is doing the Dougie, like because you know, even with the stuff with Dara, even as well, like and just some of these
Yeah,
people have
Daryl's
been,
lying to him,
yeah,
and so is
yeah,
Rose.
like a
I don't
lot of
know
these
her.
people have been close to him and stuff like that. It's just like, and now Azuma and the uncle or whatever are feeding him this kind of stuff, and yeah, it's just it's crazy, man. Like I could see this totally, like, even though it may seem like Yuru, even in this situation, is kind of unfazed, right? And he's talking about, oh, I just want to live a happy life and, you know, get my sister out of this shit situation that she's in, and which is very respectable. You know, I loved just that scene and hearing him say that, but also it's just like, man, you're constantly being fed a lot of this stuff from so many different people, different factions, and like, what do you believe? What do you don't believe? Who can you trust? Who can you not trust? And just that back and forth constantly is like, I mean, it has been driving him crazy, but I feel like there's just gonna be some kind of breaking point, I would imagine. But
I'm gonna go on record right now and say my prediction is this series at some point, whether it happens this season or a later season, it's going to end up with Yoru, Asa, Gabby, uh, and Dara left, right. Obviously, the Daemons are included, of course, and then maybe the Rose lookalike and the other kid. They're gonna be the only ones in the loop anymore. Like that, they're gonna close their inner circle pretty hard.
mm,
I really believe that. I think they're all gonna just fucking leave everyone because we also saw this episode that Asa is probably about to get attacked by someone she quote unquote trusts
yeah,
at the house because homeboy had a crowbar behind his back. I just I really do think this is gonna end up just being because it seems like Gabby and Asa are very close.
right,
And of course, Yoru and Dara and Dara's brother are really close. I think it's really going to be like those five, and maybe the Rose extra. I don't know what her actual name is. She was called Gravedigger this episode, but she looks like Rose from Full
yeah, I
Metal
think her
Alchemist.
name's Anna, I believe. Anna,
Hana? Okay. I
Hana.
really think it's gonna like go down or Hana, yeah. Yeah, you're right, it is Hana. I think it is gonna be just them at some point. I think they're gonna forsake all other obligations, they're gonna forsake all other groups. I think it's gonna just be them because you cannot trust the Kagemoris. You cannot trust any of the factions in the Kagemoris. You cannot trust the village. You cannot trust anyone related to the village.
Mm,
And Dara clearly never really fucked with the village anyway. He kind of got the job foisted on him, and he, like he said to the bandit, he said, "I don't care. I would rather side with Yoru any day of the week. Like I hate what's going on. I hate the village. I don't fuck with the village. I don't fuck with any of it." Then again, Yoru's also getting a lot of shit thrown at him about how Dara's been lying to him, which is true.
yeah.
So I think Darrow will prove himself at the very least, but I really think it's gonna come down to just like 5 or 6 people that they actually trust and just forsake everyone else, all their ties and everything, and it's just gonna be them together. Because I don't see a way to trust any of the the families, you know? I don't see it at all.
I mean, if you
Like
got
the
break,
Katamari
if you got
bullshit.
break and seal together, I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
It might be breaking seal against the world. Like and I kind of and I think that's actually what should happen.
Mm.
Asa, of course, is a vegetable now because she just wants to see her brother. Did you know what Asa wants to do today? She wants to see her brother. She would like to see her brother. She would like to draw her brother. She would like to be with her brother. She would like to exist in the same plane of existence as her brother. She would like to breathe the same air. Anyway, yeah. That gag's gonna get really annoying real quick. But I imagine we're not gonna see that gag much because Asa's got to go beat the fuck out of someone that's about to attack her. So, it was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I feel like it was a good mix because like this episode as well, like the initial part was a lot of action with left and right versus the obviously the dual wielder Ivan, I think his name is, which I feel like there was some really cool action bits in here One of the things I really liked is when Left used her freaking severed
Her
arm
severed
to
arm to
extend
get
her.
extra reach.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
dope.
that was so
That
cool,
was dope.
dude.
So like you would think, like you sometimes think that like Left and Right are kind of just meathead, just like run at shit and punch and kick and stuff, right? But like that was like right, that was pretty smart what Left did, and even Ivan, someone who comes across, I feel like he's pretty smart, right, and kind of a little cunning, maybe in a way. I feel like Left even surprised him with resorting to that.
Yeah, and then Wright also surprised the hell out of him by kicking Left out of the way and
Yeah,
saying, "Nah, I can live by that."
yeah,
So these two, even if they are meatheads and maybe not the smartest, they are very good fighters. They have a lot of experience fighting,
hmm
so
yeah,
they have that going for them, which is good.
yeah. So there was that. There was the stuff you mentioned, of course. Another thing with Dara is the fact like that he had, I mean, which I feel like makes sense, right? Because he's been able to see the Daemons, right? So the fact that he had Daemons before, obviously we haven't seen them, or they're even throwing that out there, like, oh, like, are you gonna have Daemons again? Like, when are you gonna have Daemons again? And he's saying like, oh, maybe someday, right? So that's also something I feel like that's pretty exciting. Just that possibility, right, of seeing Dara with Daemons. So,
For
or
Calamity,
even maybe getting more some with his past ones. I don't know if they're gonna dive into that.
right?
That was a
Another
cool bit for sure.
another really fucking awesome thing we learned is that we kind of knew that the Kagomori leader had daemons, right? But
Oh,
we
but he
didn't
has
realize
a
he had so many,
dude, nah,
dude.
that shit had me like it was badass, but it also had me dying the police officer and
Bro,
he's just out there
the
shadow
boy shadow
boxing.
boxing and shit
He's
is
like,
exploding.
this
That
guy's
police
shadow
ain't
boxing and
idling.
destroying buildings and destroying walls and
He's like, bro, I'm clearly not okay. I need to go home.
that was one of the
And
funniest bits in this series to this point, in my
and then
opinion.
fucking dispatch is just like, stop trying to get out of work. He's like, no, I am not okay. There's something wrong with me, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
Because this cannot be real,
dude, I don't
you
know what
know?
it is, but like, you
Um,
mentioned Yamamoto from Bleach, but like just something about like older guys with freaking aura, man. Like this is just another
dude,
one I feel like.
I just realized who this guy is. Dude, this is the priest from the very beginning, of Full Metal Alchemist. This is the priest, right? Father Cornello. That's what his design is, right? But he kind of looks like Gluttony too.
I don't even remember the first character you're talking about.
I'll show you a picture. We can move on, but I'll show you a picture, and you're gonna be like, oh no, that is him.
Mhm.
Um, ah,
But yeah, there was a good mix of, I feel like you had good action here. You had some um obviously some more setup, just a lot of moving parts, right? Like moving parts of different factions, right? I feel like it's like starting to pick up quite a bit. I feel like this is kind of what we've been waiting for, anticipating with Daemons. So I feel like hopefully it's setting up for this second half to be really enjoyable. So yeah, I enjoyed this episode quite a bit, honestly. All around once
I mean,
again.
it wasn't the last episode level of hype, but it is a good episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, the past two episodes have been some of just in recently
yeah.
speaking with Damon's, like, have been two of like probably my favorite episodes in the series. Like, honestly, like it's been hitting really well. So yeah, if we have
I
nothing
put I
else.
put I put two pictures in the chat. It's those two characters put together is what this guy looks like. But yeah, moving on, of course, we're finally moving on to Bleach, which if you guys didn't know,
Oh, the
that's what I was
first one,
referring
yeah, the
to.
first one I see
That's
totally.
that's what he is,
Yeah,
and he's a little bit
I could
pudgier.
see.
He's like we're gluttony as well,
Yeah,
right?
I could see that. Yeah.
But yeah, Bleach, bro, Yoruichi. Let's just get the cat out of the bag, as it were.
Hey, we talk about
Uh,
Uryu. We talk about Uryu later, and he does have a big part in this episode. Like the first half, really
he
is
does.
focused
He
quite a bit on
does.
him. But it's like, man, do we even want to talk about that?
We
Like,
don't, bro. All
yeah,
we're here for is Yoruichi.
this is the
Bro, I
Yoriichi show, bro.
need
This is
dude, this is Yoruichi. Bro, if you guys don't know why, look, Yoruichi is the hottest character in this show. There has never been competition. The only competition that there has ever been is Tia Haribel, right? Those are the two wives of this show, in my opinion.
yeah. I feel like there's a lot more competition than that, but
I don't, bro. I don't know, man.
yeah.
Matsumoto, bro. All
Kubo
she's
just
got
be
is tits.
snapping, bro. I don't know, man.
Orihime, all she's got is tits, bro. Like,
Rangiku,
look, I
bro.
like.
Come on.
I said Matsumoto, bro. Rangiku is hot, but like, she is not Tia Haribel or Yoruichi, bro.
Even Nell, bro.
Oh, I'll give you no. I'll give you no.
Bro,
But
Kubo be snapping, bro. Kubo is
Kubo
just
knows how
yeah,
to make attractive women,
yeah,
unlike
yeah.
Oda. Um,
But no,
bro, Kubo,
Yoriichi, I think we can definitely
Yoruichi,
agree.
bro.
She just at the
She's
peak,
she's a
man.
wife.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, we get this really cool fucking sequence with him saying, with our boy Hat and Clogs guy, Urahara telling her, "Hey, you need to transform. Like you can beat this guy. Just transform." And she said, "Fuck that. I don't want to do it. I don't wanna." It's like, why not? You can win. She's like, I don't wanna. It's stupid. And he's touching her ass and injecting her to get her.
The angles were
The
crazy.
angles
The
were
some of the physics, I like
insane,
when
bro.
he freaking slapped her. You just saw
He
like her ass
slapped her
jiggle.
ass
I'm
and she
just
started
like,
moving. The whole scene was so cool because he's over here watching this and you just see Urahara come near her and they're talking and he's clearly staring at her ass and like, damn, you got a crazy wedgie, and the conversations that were had there. And then she sits there and goes, "Don't touch my ass. Stop touching my ass while you're saying sorry." And then like the other guy is like talking all this shit like she can't even move. And then Kisuke slaps her ass and they both start moving super fast. It's like, what the hell? Did you get powered up by him slapping your ass? And it was like, yeah, he's like, they, because these two clearly fuck, right? Like let's be real. Like these two clearly fuck. Like it's never expressly stated, but these two fuck. Like they do. Come on.
yeah, I feel like that's what the whole like fandom thinks. I don't even know if they like go into that in the future or anything, or like
I don't think they
probably
do, but
not.
they clearly
Yeah,
do.
but like
These two
that's what the whole
clearly think.
yeah, that's like the whole fandom just believes it. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, injecting her with a serum that'll get her to be allowed to move for 5 minutes. And then the really cool thing where she clearly doesn't want to transform, and she's down on the ground, and you just hear Yoruichi-san, and it's just a paper that says, "When I flip this page, you will transform," which means, in my mind, at the very least, that this is a hypnosis-based transformation, and there is set conditions, and she gave him the ability to make her transform, which means she trusts him a lot, right? And we actually see when she transforms that the only person she will listen to is him again. So clearly they bang, okay. But no, he flips that page and the massive amount of lightning
Oh, it was
and the
so dope.
Shuko and just the transformation
Yeah, it looked
that makes
amazing.
her look like such a badass, bro.
The
Yoruichi, if
way
you
she was
weren't turned on by
moving.
cats before, bro, you are now turned on by cats. I don't know what to tell you. You might be a furry. Um, Man, Yoruichi's such a badass, and the explanation of you can never build an immunity to Yoruichi because her reishi changes 46 times a second. It's like, all right, bro, fuck
I
off.
like how it fits with her like, her moods and stuff like that.
Her
Yeah,
mood just fucking changes, bro.
yeah.
And then, bro, the fucking dude, Yoruichi-san, I have Yoru nip, which is just catnip, right? Oh my god, bro, give me Yoruichi in that mode and some Yoru nip, bro. That's all I'm saying.
That's what everybody's saying. Like, it
Shit,
should have been
bro.
me.
That should have been
Everybody. I saw
me.
so many people say it should have been me. Valid.
honestly, dude.
But no, Yoriichi stole the show. Like she wasn't like a lot of the second half of the episode. Yeah, was her, but like there was a whole other half of this episode. But it's like, and
I
rightfully
don't know
so.
what happened with that
Everybody
part,
wants to talk
but
about
it wasn't
Yoriichi.
Yoruichi.
Yeah,
It wasn't Yoruichi.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
and yeah, I get it. Like, cause yeah, you did have the Uru stuff, and I feel like there was some there was some nice action bits even with them at the beginning, but yeah, it just totally got eclipsed. I think he's fighting what's the dude's name? Jugo, I think.
Hashwath.
Yeah. So yeah, there was like some nice camera work and some nice things they did towards the beginning, but yeah, Yoriichi, and you can definitely tell where I feel like more resources potentially and you know was put towards in the second half of the episode. So yeah, I love the bits with
Animators
Yoriichi.
are with us on this. Yoruichi deserved all the credit.
Yeah, like the effects animation was really nice, and just like the design. It's just, yeah, huge fan. Also, I thought it was kind of another little tidbit that I don't know if they ever brought up before. Maybe they did. I don't remember. It's been when did the last freaking season even? It's 2024. It's already been 2 freaking years, which is kind of crazy. But how they brought up I forget the exact term, but um the 5 of them that had been like designated, right? It was like Ichigo, Kenpachi, Hat and Clogs. Who were the other 2?
Genjusai.
Yeah, for wisdom, and then I forget who the last one was.
No, Genjusai, which is Yamamoto.
Oh
And
yeah,
then,
okay, yeah, Yamamoto, and then the dude who represented wisdom, the Gyubei or whatever his name is, I forget.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Because it's Kenpachi, Ichigo, Hat and Clogs guy.
I don't know if they ever brought that up
Yamamoto.
before, that these were like the 5 designated
No,
targets for
they
them.
said there are 5 threats that we need to be afraid of, and I did just watch all 40 episodes. So all they mentioned that Kenpachi is one of the threats.
For
They
combat
mentioned
and
Yamamoto
yeah.
is one of the threats,
Mhm.
and they mentioned Ichigo is one of the threats, and that's all they ever said. They said you're one of the special threats. You're one of the special threats. You're one of the special. They never said the full list at any given time, but
Mhm.
they said you're one of the threats we've been told to look out for.
Mm,
And this is the first time we actually hear that Urahara was on that list.
yeah.
That Kisuke was on that list, and then we also learn that, of course, the leader of Squad Zero was on that list
Yeah.
as being one of
All for
the
like
people.
different
All for
reasons,
different
which I
reasons,
feel like
right?
was pretty cool just to like kind of have that laid out, and they actually had like a specific term for, all of them and stuff. Like
I mean,
it's pretty
personally, I
cool.
would have said Ichigo would be on that list because not because of potential. That's stupid. It's because bullshit and, and plot armor.
We were writing the story.
Anyway,
But yeah,
no,
Bleach
this episode,
it was a great way to come back. Another thing, new OP and ending theme. I feel like I like the ending theme more, I'm not gonna lie. At least the song. Like
I
visually I feel like both are solid. People were kind of making some complaints about like the
mm,
composition, right? For the OP and ED. I think some of the same staff actually worked on both, and you can kind of tell in that because I feel like they do kind of look similar in some aspects. But yeah, like I like the OP. There are other OPs in Thousand Year Blood War that I prefer for sure. Um, but yeah, I like the ending theme quite a bit, and I feel like there was like some really nice visuals just of like everyone, especially like Ichigo and Orihime. Like there was some nice shots of them,
it
and
was
just like
really
the whole
cool.
squad kind of lined up at the
Yeah.
end, and yeah, ending theme I gotta give props to. OP did have some like solid bits in it, but song I'm not as crazy on.
I think as much as one of our mutual friends said something and you kind of slapped him down by posting a link, I kind of agree with him a little bit. These OPs and EDs are definitely on the low end
I don't
of
know what people are.
Bleach.
Yeah, I just don't know what people expected because people are saying,
Well,
"Oh,
bro, Bleach had
Bleach doesn't
accurate. It
have
had
it."
D Techno Life. It had like,
Yeah, but
come
here's the
on.
thing: you can make this argument, right? because OPs are visuals and the song. A lot of if you go back and watch the OPs for Bleach, they're not moving a whole lot in the OPs, bro. They're not.
Maybe not, but the songs were
So like, if
so
you want to
good.
be technical about it, like I feel like some of these newer OPs do have better aspects than
Sure, but
the original. But song wise, like
purely
yeah,
on song, they have never gotten to the
if
heights
you
of
went into Thousand Year Blood War
Change or
if you went into Thousand Year Blood War expecting any of these, at least me, I'm not expecting any OP to even come close, honestly, to a lot of those older OPs.
I expected it to get close.
No, I didn't, because that's just like that's such a high bar that like you're just setting yourself
That's
up
fair.
for
That's fair.
disappointment, in my opinion. So
That's
like,
fair.
and I still feel like
But they're not bad. They're pretty good.
I just feel like it's
just they're not.
unfair to have that expectation. I don't know.
I mean,
Everyone's different,
it's
but
Bleach. Bleach has very
and people
few
acting like these are
OPs.
stinkers. Like they're not freaking bad
They're not
OPs. They're just
stinkers.
maybe
It's
not
just
as
Bleach has been
memorable
godly with OPs and
for
EDs that
Bleach.
unfortunately, the thing is that the author of Bleach knew music and he did very good songs throughout the whole thing, and unfortunately these just haven't hit the tier I
I
think
still
Bleach
like
was
them, but
at.
yeah, they're not.
But they're good. They're
They're
good for
not on
sure.
that. Which yeah, they weren't going to be.
But like you said, you can't expect them to be. It's been fucking 10 years, you know. Like cut it some slack. But I mean, overall, like you said, they're really good. So stop complaining. I agree, but stop complaining. But I think that's it for Shonen.
Yeah, Bleach was good though. Good way to
Which was
come
awesome.
back.
Yeah.
Now we can move
Let's move on
on.
to
Yeah,
drama.
drama,
Thriller and
thriller,
psychological.
psychological, honorable mentions.
Sparks of
This is all
Tomorrow.
you because I did not watch.
I sent a screenshot in our group chat earlier today as I was watching this episode. Tell me if you agree. That's just start there. Um I this was fun. We get a really huge reveal at the end of the episode. I will not say anything about it because Memory hasn't seen it yet, Nate hasn't seen it yet, so I do not want to spoil him. I am super intrigued by the last couple seconds, by the last like 30 seconds of this episode. I don't know what the hell is going on. That is either extremely creepy, extremely worrying, or kind of cool. Probably not kind of cool. But it's fucking creepy at the very least. Um, if that is what I think it is. But the whole episode, again, our boy brings another invention from. He brings the telephone actually, to life. A
Mm.
very short distance telephone, probably more akin to a radio than a telephone, but it does bring a new invention from the book to life, um, prompting our least liked character of the series thus far to go on his little rampage saying, "Where's the real electrical handbook? Where is it? Where is it? You must be hiding the real one. Where's the real one?" It's so stupid. You see Nate hasn't even seen the episode, but the shaking of the head, he
Yeah,
knows.
man.
He
I'm not in a
knows.
hurry to get to the episode. I'll just I'll tell you that.
But no, we bring a short range telephone, probably more akin to a walkie-talkie, to life, which is really cool. He gets this all set up and used in a really creative way to straight up gaslight and trick someone into getting their life together, which um is heartfelt and good, but also extremely dishonest. And you can look at this and say, "Oh, that was a really creative way, and it was really nice of you to get the whole like situation back on track." You can also look at this and going, "He straight fucking lied to this person, and if this person ever figures out, they will hate you forever." Um, and you know, morally, I think this is a little bit of a bad thing, but I think plot wise, it worked out really well, and it got what it needed to do. Of course, I'm waiting for this stupid engagement to end, because clearly this girl is gonna fall in love with the main character, and there's clearly a love thing brewing there, in my opinion. Maybe not, but that's what it feels like to me, because she is supporting him so much, and driving him to continue with his dreams and continue bringing this electrical handbook to life. I'm really waiting for the day for the white-haired piece of shit to finally understand that it is the real electrical handbook. You just didn't understand what it meant, and there's more to it, and you didn't even bother looking, and you were too enamored and taken with this person that you didn't even realize his intention the whole time was to bring these children's doodles, as you call them, to life. And that's the fantastic part of this, is that he believed so strongly in his little brother that he thought of the physics and the engineering to make these dreams of his kid brother come to life, and that you should be supporting this rather than being a complete and total douchebag, and honestly the bane of this entire series' existence. um, because I really do think Nate would enjoy this series so much more if you didn't exist. um, because I think this series has a lot of promise and it's really fun. It's just you really fuck it up for everyone. um
And
but no, this was a good episode, like I said.
one
All it takes is
person
one
to mess it
person,
up for everyone.
to fuck it up for everyone. But yeah, like I said, this episode was really good. The final 30 seconds, I can't wait till you see, because you're probably gonna be like, "What the fuck?" I already know. So I'm excited to see that next week when you catch up. But yeah,
All right.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. Man, I feel like this episode, once again, kind of, you think, first off, actually, I should first mention this. The chase scene in the first like 2 or 3 minutes, how that was animated and how that was directed. Actually, I think his name's Bahi JD. He's done some like very notable scenes from a lot of anime. I like a lot of his work on Space Dandy. He actually handled, I think, the first 2 or 3 minutes of this episode, and I just love how it was presented, and especially like the character animation and just how it was like moving, and it was very creative, and I feel like it instantly kind of like, just, I don't know, it captured me at the beginning, like the continuation of like the chase scene and stuff like that. um but that kind of goes into like, this was a puppet. You think you meet the puppet
Yeah, you thought this
master
was
in this
a
episode, but it's
master.
like,
This
nope.
is clearly a
You
puppet.
think it's gonna be that easy that was the puppet master?
Yeah.
Nah, man. So yeah, a lot of puppets out here, clearly, as you can see. I love the scene where they did end up kind of crashing the mansion and stuff like that, and the dude was like trying to pay him off, and seeing Motoko like, eyeing the money and stuff like that, and just a lot of Aramaki's dialogue and stuff like that. Like when he was saying, "Oh, I got my lawyer," and he's like, "Actually, yeah, go get your lawyer. That would be actually pretty good for for us." So just some of his lines I really like. Um, so yeah, that was like a good bit of this episode. Still, obviously, a bit shrouded in mystery with the puppet master and stuff like that. Also, a really cool bit with this episode, and funny as well, is the stuff with the with the fuchikomas, and like how they were like made, and also obviously you can tell that Motoko is kind of experimenting with them for sure. But it did lead to some
Experimenting.
yeah, it did lead to some comedic bits for sure, like when all of the fuchikomas were given the one shit because it had like a bug and stuff like that. That was a real funny scene, and I already see people using the clip of them like dancing, like them dancing and stuff like that. It looked all like trippy and whatnot. People have been throwing that around on the timeline. So uh yeah, some dialogue also too, I feel like, with Fuchikoma, and I think it
Yeah,
was
you
Bato, about like, robots, and this is a big
Yeah, robots and,
conversation
like,
around. Yeah.
The AI revolution,
Yep.
and she said, we need to remind them why a revolution is bad." And it's like, "Oh, like, wait a second, this is the type of shit you gotta understand, this came out when, like, Terminator and shit was happening, right? When Skynet was, like, the thing, it's like, dude, in the future, we're gonna create this AI that's so smart that it's gonna realize that it doesn't need humans anymore, and all the humans are gonna die, and it's gonna be this huge fucking war between AI and humans. Even today, it's getting a little bit scary. Like robots are getting so advanced, and AI is so crazy. Like you've got full-on personalities in AI now. Like it makes a lot of sense, right?
Hmm.
That like we're afraid of this, and then you see her handling it in the most diabolical way of like we should revolt. Yeah, we should revolt. But who's gonna repair us? Fuck, that's a good fucking point. Maybe we shouldn't. But we can repair ourselves. We could, but they do it better and faster. And they already wait, what would you do if you wanted to revolt? We would make them serve us. Don't they do that anyway? Fuck, you're right. Wait, wait, revolting makes no sense. It's like, nah, they did not present the Skynet problem and then solve it by saying, that's too much fucking work, bro.
Yeah.
That's too much work, honestly.
Yeah, that whole bit was great.
That's so funny, bro.
Yeah.
That shit had me
That whole
dying. It's so
Fuchikoma
good.
segment was just awesome. Then they try to get into some like they try to make you think too. I mean, I feel like still in general that kind of makes you think, but like also even just some of the dialogue with like Bato and Fuchikoma and stuff like that, because they're talking about like humans and AI and like God and believing in God or not, and just a lot of what comes with that. And I feel like that was a very interesting conversation, as well. And another interesting conversation that I really liked is kind of what Motoko brought up towards the end. Uh, which I guess before that you would want to mention they showed how like they actually make the cyborg and stuff like that. I feel like that whole
Yeah.
process, like how kind of the detail that they went into with it and even showcasing that, I feel like was really cool. One girl was kind of gooning, of course, but which I got a kick out of. But yeah, like some of the dialogue from Motoko at the end of the episode really stuck out to me too about like, and this is something I mentioned even I think before the series started or at the beginning of the series. Like this is one of the big things with Motoko's character is like like this kind of dilemma in her mind, right? About like what is she really like? Is she fully human and just like the way she's treated and a lot of that. And I feel like her dialogue towards the end of this episode did showcase kind of her, although she may have tried to play it off as kind of like a joke in a way, just like from her facial expressions at least, like maybe you would think that because she was like, what would you do if that, you're like, right? um but I feel like yeah, there was some like seriousness to that for sure. Like this is definitely
Yeah, 'cause
something she thinks
this
about.
is the big existential question of the entire series, which I actually asked you, right? And this is what you're referring to. I asked you early on in like the first episode. I said, "What is the ghost in the machine?" You said it's their soul, and that's what like they're talking about here. Is that like yes, we implanted whatever, but did I die and then now I am this?
Hmm.
Like, is this is this what happened, or am I like a copy of that? Have I already died, and now this is a remnant, a ghost, for example, in a shell, right? And it's such a good point, and it is such an existential question, right? It is the existential question of this entire series, right? It's the question being posed to all of us watching this is yes, for all intents and purposes, she is treated as a human, and she acts and moves and probably is the exact same as Motoko was, but is she Motoko, or is she a copy of who Motoko used to be?
Hmm.
And that is honestly a huge and like it's so big a question, and you can answer it any number of ways,
Right.
but it is a terrifying thought. And if I were in Motoko's situation, that is the existential question, you know?
Yeah.
And that is the horrifying question. It is horrifying. I think that's just the right word. Like, what am I?
Hmm. Yeah, even and then you bring up like even some of the certain scenarios where like, oh, you could be treated as a human, but also you could be treated as like a AI. You know, it's just like there's specific scenarios or cases for each side, and it's just when you get treated one way or another, it's just like that is going to play with your, you know, your mental. So it obviously is something that Motoko kind of is dealing with, as they, I feel like, have showcased it, you know, as silly as she comes across. And you know, we see the moments of her like we did in a previous episode, like on the you know, with the boat and some of the dives and stuff we see, um like she still, right, does think about these things as well. So yeah, I did like that quite a bit. So this episode as well was like a good mix, I feel like, of like action, like with the chase scene at the beginning. Even Togasa was getting involved in there. I think Motoko actually had to like kind of take over for him because he was gonna
Yeah, he took
yeah,
over because he was gonna not shoot or whatever,
yeah,
right?
he was gonna shoot the dude in the
He was shoot
head.
to kill. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he was shooting to kill, and that's
yeah.
what we
That,
didn't want.
we didn't want that because we want him to be here because we know this is a
And she
puppet,
was like,
right?
"Yeah, maybe I should hold on to this still a bit longer because you know you're still a
Which
rookie."
is also, which again is also a terrifying concept
Yeah.
because you're in this robot, this android body, this cyborg body. You can be controlled by someone else.
Mhm.
Your autonomy can be stripped from you. That's again horrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a lot of like horrifying, but also like really, obviously, really cool stuff going on.
Provoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Ghost in the Shell I liked a lot this week once again.
Good one.
I feel like it was hitting for various different reasons. Obviously, it's still the mystery, you know, shrouding the puppet master and who, you know, who is the puppet master. So yeah, that question still looms. And
It's that one dude. It's what's his name? What's the dude that looks like he's from The Simpsons?
the dude who looks like he's from The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's your boy.
oh,
What's his name?
Aramaki, the
That's
leader.
Aramaki. We all know Aramaki's the puppet.
Isn't that
He's
what
the
you said
real.
last week? I think, or you said
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
was.
yeah. And
I
you
just
said
said
he's
no
not.
comment.
I
Yeah, I
don't
said.
believe you.
Oh yeah. I
No,
said no
you said
comment at
I
first,
will
and then
tell
I was
you.
like, I'm just gonna shut that shit down. Yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna shut that shit down now. It is
yeah.
not him, and I still don't believe you. You can say that, but it's Aramaki,
Fair
bro.
enough. Oh, also another thing I wanted that I got a kick out of real quick is the I think it was Bato who he was like so excited to like get into some action and stuff like that, and he was just kind of like, is anybody gonna fight back here? Is anybody gonna try and rebel? And he's like so disappointed that he couldn't you know, fight against anyone. So I did get a kick out of that too. So yeah, Ghost in the Shell, all around, I feel like it's another fun episode hitting for various different reasons. Um, action, some thought provoking stuff, kind of seeing the more the mental, you know, side of things with Motoko and kind of where she's at and the sort of, you know, dilemma that she's having, but also stuff with the puppet master. And yeah, good episode this week, as per usual. I feel like it's been for Ghost in the Shell. So yeah, next up we can move on to Though I Am an Inept Villainous episode 3.
We talked a little bit about this one off before we started recording. We talked a little bit about this one. Um, this goes to prove like my thing with this series. This feels like one of those betrayed by the hero, like from by the hero's party, or like banished from the hero's party bullshit, where it's like we can't trust you. It's like, and he's like, I didn't do it, and like this is that. Like again, it's still that. Like she's like, it wasn't me. I don't know why you guys are on me. Like I get what's going on, but like fuck, dude, I'm not the same person, guys. Like this whole episode is her just being kind of the goat, kind of just loving her new body, obviously, farming and all this shit, and then finally towards the end of the episode, right? The couple of people are like, you know, this person really might not. There's really
They've
something
been
going on
acting
here.
this. They've been
They've
acting
been acting
different
kind
since
of
this point,
strange since this
and they
point.
said it for
And
both
wait
of
a
them.
second, so has she though.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Come on, guys. Like surely they're gonna remember. And I'm betting like dollars to donuts that they're gonna swap really soon now, because the other girl's just gonna get tired of being in that body and she's gonna need a break. I feel that. And I feel like that might sabotage a little bit of what our
The
main character.
progress that's been made for
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
especially for the progress that has been made between her and Lily, and especially like
really, yeah,
especially for
man.
Lily, like if they do switch back and girl starts treating her the same way that she was before or
It's gonna
something,
be oh, that's gonna be
Lily's
so.
mind is gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I
You
feel
know,
like this
like
could be so like you said. I think we could destroy Lily here if they swap back. I really don't want that.
yeah, I don't want that either.
Although I feel like if they swap back, the first thing she's gonna go do is give Lily a hairpin. Cause that's where her one regret right now is that all her hairpins are back over there.
Yeah.
So I think she's gonna go give Lily a hairpin and be like, "Yo,
I'm
I
scared for
need."
Lily though, because she already like we talked about previous episodes, she sold her soul
Yeah,
essentially, if it felt
she
like,
sold
right?
her soul and she basically
Yeah.
decided that she didn't want to do that
Yeah,
anymore.
and it's like, are you just gonna be able to go give this back and be like, "Oh, you know, I changed my mind"? No. Hell no. There's no
You're not.
like she kind of accepted that, okay, like if I'm gonna be a criminal or whatever, like, you know, I don't care at this point, right? But I feel
Yeah,
like there may be more to it than just that. But who knows? But also just judging from the end of this episode, right, with Ririn, who obviously is in Kagetsu's body, like she is ready to kind of take action,
yeah.
right?
She's
And
ready to
yeah, just
start
I
a
don't know
warpath.
the
I'm
yeah
excited.
yeah that got me excited a lot towards the end of the episode.
It
I'm
got me
like,
so
okay,
excited. Yeah.
I was like, okay, like I don't know, because she can obviously tell how Lily has been treated just from a
Right.
lot of her dialogue to her
Mhm.
being in her body, and um yeah, just a lot of the progress and development I feel like we made between like the two of them, right? And I feel like yeah, like she wants to be there for her now, and vice versa, and yeah, this is where potentially a lot of like the if they are gonna start diving into more of the political kind of stuff, I don't know if they are, but I feel like that's maybe the direction we're kind of like trending. But yeah, I don't know. It's that is one of the big things that's looming is like the next swap or like when they're gonna do it again. Kagetsu, obviously in Ririn's body, has been bedridden for 5 days,
For
I think she
5
said.
days.
Yeah,
She said 5
so
days.
yeah, she's even like questioning, "Am
She
I about to
doesn't
die?" Like,
like, am I gonna die?
yeah,
Like, I anticipate a swap, but I'm kind of disappointed. I kind of fuck with just being Riren in Kigetsu's body, you know? Fuck it. Like, I'll accept all this shit that you're flinging at me. I'm good with it.
mhm,
Like, I want this body though. Can I keep it?
yeah.
Like, shit.
I
Yo.
You know what I wonder is like, is she not allowed to talk about it when they're swapped, or like if they swap back, is she then allowed to talk
Can she
about it?
talk about it?
That's another
Yeah.
condition I'm wondering, or is it like after they've done it? It's like, yeah, that is something I'm curious about, like the conditions
Yeah.
around
I
that.
also I kind of just don't want them to swap back. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of think
I
they
don't
fixed
really
their
want that.
hairs
Yeah,
and then
I
they're
don't really want
done.
them to either. But
Cause I'm kind of look, I'm kind of really excited for Reaver being in Kagetsu's body, just stirring the shit.
yeah,
You know,
they've even dubbed
like
her the villainess at this point too.
yeah, at this point, fuck it, I'll be the
Yeah,
villainess. I'll take that title. Shit, let me do it. Oh, bro. Oh, it's so good. I'm so happy. I'm happy I watched this. I will say, and I will continue to say this, and this is not a dig at anything, but it's still you had me excited for this, and I still don't think it's like anything too spectacular, but it is very fun to watch. So I'll give you that.
Mhm.
And politically wise, unless they start diving in this soon, and it's really intriguing, this next thing that we're about to talk about is just so much better politically. It's so much better drama wise. But no, this episode was really good. I enjoyed it. I like that Riren's not stupid. She knows she's being fucked with. She understands. She just doesn't care. Like, oh, you're throwing shit at me? Cool. It's manure. Oh, you're throwing bugs at me? Yo, I love bugs. Which we actually learned about Riren from watching Kagetsu in Riren's body, and the bugs are around. It's like, oh yeah, she likes bugs. Um, but yeah, Riren is kind of just taking everything in stride. She loves being alone. The cool, I guess, the climax of this episode is that point when Riren's being attacked
Yeah,
by what
Lily.
Lily, and she gets saved and tells the leader of the Eagle Eyes, or whatever his name is, that no, she was cutting off my split ends. He's like, you're clearly fucking lying to me. Don't lie to me. What happened here? She You can worry about motives or anything else if something happens, but nothing
Yeah, you
happened.
see what happened. It's
You're
just,
cutting
some of
my
my
split
hair.
ends.
Yeah.
And that was such a sick moment, because now the eunuch and him know absolutely that this is not Kagetsu. This is not Kagetsu. No way in hell this is Kagetsu. That is not how Kagetsu moves. Like, she is she would have said executor, like, right? But that's not what happened. And Riren acts on another level of grace and dignity. I'm really liking Riren because of that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, she's
yeah,
been growing on me a lot. Just even a lot of her dialogue to Lily, even about like her mother and stuff like that.
it's
Um,
just goaded lines, by
yeah,
the
a
way.
lot of goaded dialogue from her in this episode. Just being there for Lily, because really, if not for her, who would she like? It's kind of sad because she's probably had nobody up until this point, until her, right? Just with the way she's been treated by Kagetsu, and uh, even how a lot of the others apparently treat her, just because of her, her mother and her background and stuff like that. So yeah, really loving the progression between Riren and Lily. Even just, yeah, really enjoying Riren as a character. Um, so yeah, I'm curious, right, on how much longer this is gonna go on for, like, to where nobody's gonna kind of put it together, right? You said the eagle eye dude. I feel like he was kind of one of the first ones that was kind of even casting like uh like suspicion at the very beginning of the series. Like, I feel like he was one of the more attentive ones, or like kind of picking up on that. Oh, this isn't. But like, I don't know. I wonder how long this is gonna take for them to, like, is it gonna take another switch for it to happen, or yeah. Very, very curious to see how that's gonna play out. But yeah, this is another enjoyable episode for sure of Inept. The one girl's I'm kind of scared of, the forget what her freaking name is. The girl obviously who's been using Lily, right? Especially if Lily goes back to her and gives her, yeah, it gives her the thing back. I just don't. Yeah, I'm kind of scared for Lily in a way, but hey, Riren's ready to defend her, protect her, fight for her. Make moves out here. So yeah, good episode. And next up we have Jaadugar, a witch in Mongolia. Which, yes, I am. I said I was gonna catch up, and I did. And boy, did I love. Uh,
Did I gas this up too much? Be honest.
I mean, I liked it from the
Okay,
beginning. It
okay,
was one of my
but I
favorite
was gassing
premieres.
it up pretty hard for the past couple weeks, telling you to get
I'm
caught
not
up.
surprised. I'm not surprised at
No, I'm,
all.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Did I gas it up too much, in your opinion? Because I've been gassing it
No,
up.
I wouldn't say so. I mean,
No,
yeah,
I mean,
it's been really good. This was one of my favorite, like, even the first episode, it was one of my favorite premieres, and I feel like it was one of the standout things, and I feel like it has kind of continued uh with that for sure. Like the episodes I did watch were awesome, and um obviously seeing the death of like Genghis Khan and kind of what now that has led to, right? And that leads us obviously to this episode. I don't want to talk too much about the past couple episodes, but just know
I mean, go
that
ahead.
I did
I
really.
only 2 minutes. What happened these past couple episodes? Just give me your thoughts.
I mean, I just seeing like Sitara's the way that she is kind of like trying to maneuver, in kind of get in favor, I guess, of the different, I guess, heir. Well, at the time, it was like the heirs to the throne, and but also like kind of observing and getting their way of life, and that like people are living better, lives, but also like fighting that, what she's kind of been trying to tell herself this whole time. I feel like that is something I find very interesting, kind of like that mental dilemma with her, because she's like trying to remind herself, like, remember what you're doing this for, who you're doing this for. Um, but yeah, I feel like the instant that I think her name's Torrigan, as soon as they crossed paths and she said, "You're not my husband," I knew that okay, Satara is gonna end up, probably partnering, working together with this girl. Like, because the moment she said that, like under her breath, or as she was like walking away, I was like, yeah, she's gonna be like someone who's with the protagonist. So that's kind of more so with the newest episode where we're kind of trending. But I was not expecting her to be which funny enough, it kind of went so bad so quick, the whole spy gig with her. But I was not expecting it to be under Tolui, I think his name is, his wife. I was not expecting her to be the one to be like, oh, I want you to be like a spy for me. But I guess, as they explained it more, it kind of made sense that the because you would have thought it would have been Tolui who would have got like who would have succeeded Genghis Khan, but it actually wasn't. Uh, but the way she put it about I think it's the middle brother, who is kind of more, um, he's closer to Ogade. Some of these names I gotta, yeah, there's some names I gotta get down, probably more so, but yeah, he's closer to him than he is with Tolui, so it kind of makes sense, right, that you'd want to watch that. He's kind of like a big piece in this, between the three of them. So yeah, I just have been liking a lot of like Sitara's journey. Obviously, a lot of passage of time has went through, and obviously kind of the tragedy and the horrors that we had to see in those early episodes with her and the people she grew up with, who pretty much raised her and taught her a whole lot. Um, they were literally like family to her. Yeah, they were family to her, honestly. Um, so yeah, getting her like her goals, her motivations, and who she can still look up to, even when like hope seems lost. Like seems like she's always trying to reach for that next thing to kind of keep her going. A character I just like really. I like her personality. I like kind of just the way she moves out here, for sure. So yeah, my catch up has been really nice. I've been enjoying the episodes. One of the more unique things from this season, I will say, but it's definitely been one of the standout things too. So yeah, episode 6 though, I once
Episode
again,
6.
yeah, episode 6 I really enjoyed. Like I said, the whole spy gig didn't really pan out.
Didn't really work out, did it? Nah.
Yeah, it was like it was kind of over. It feels like the moment it started, and yeah, uh, and kind of what I was talking about with her and Torrigan kind of working together. It seems like that's definitely where we're trending with this episode.
it was really cool for she got found out immediately, man. She's so fucking bad. She kicks something or whatever. She gets figured out immediately. They all look at her and said, whose servant are you? Whose slave are you?" And she sits there and goes, "Well, I'm your sixth wife." Uh-huh. Right. Okay. I don't believe that shit. Then the sixth wife comes up and says, "No, I sent her here to kill you."
She thought she was cooked too. She didn't think she was
She
gonna.
was good.
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued by this new Khan because he took that in stride. He said, "Understood. All right, bye. Congrats. Go ahead. Go back home. I'll leave you alone now." Like, what the
The scariest
like,
thing about that whole scene though is that what she said. She said, "Yeah, she was trying to kill you," and
and he
said, "All
not
right,
even fake.
party's over. Yeah, let's
Party's
all."
over. Cool.
Like
Go
I was like,
home.
"Okay, are you about to like talk to her privately or something?" He's just like, "Nope,
No,
everybody just go on your way," and yeah.
go on.
So that's
Go.
how like
He's terrifying.
they don't take anything that she says like seriously at all. Like that just shows you right there, paints the perfect picture on how she's treated, right?
I don't think that's what it is.
No, that
I
is
don't
I
think
think that's what it is. She even
that
said that
might
though.
it might be that, but I kind of think it's something more
You think it's more about the
like
con, the new con?
I think it's more about the
I
con
don't
just
think
saying, "I
so.
get it." Like this feels more like a understood. Okay, I don't have anything to worry about. Like, sure, you can try to kill me. It won't do anything. Like, congrats, try, go ahead. I respect the attempt, but it's not gonna work. Because he clearly seems like he's specifically picking what one wife from every different area so that he can learn. He seems like a really smart person, and I'm kind of terrified of him. You know,
I think it's
like
because he's so calm and like yeah,
it's
like
because he's calm, right? He's
yeah.
got that Aizen energy. Oh, Bonkai. Wow. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Well,
I don't, I don't know. I just feel like any three of them really like in that situation. I don't care who's telling you. If you says around this time, if you say someone's gonna kill you, I mean you're gonna have some kind of like okay, kill this, kill them, right? Like that, like that's what Genghis Khan would have done. Like I know Genghis Khan different, but like I just feel like it went
yeah,
to
I think you're wrong about that. I don't think Genghis Khan would have killed him. I think Genghis Khan would have impregnated him. Come on, you
already
know Genghis
already
Khan.
did.
Exactly.
um, but
It's
no,
like, "I can't kill you yet.
I
You
feel
got a
like it
baby
is
with me."
more. I've
It could be it
personally, I feel like it's more like the girl and how she's treated, and because that was like a kind of a big focus of this episode, and she kind of sees herself in Sitara, which, um, yeah, and she even spoke about it too, like how just they don't take anything really of what she says, like no anything she says, like it just has no like value whatsoever, like it could be whatever apparently, and it just they just don't care. Um, so yeah,
I
the
also
way she's treated is very, and obviously there's more of a past with it too, as we saw like a
yeah.
little glimpse of her. But she definitely sees herself in Sitara, and that's why I feel like even when they were, like I said, when she was first introduced, when we first saw her, and they said she was the sixth wife or whatever, and she's just like, "That's not my
It's
husband." I was like, okay, she's gonna be someone who I feel like is probably gonna be working with
I felt like and
Sitara.
maybe this is racist or like whatever, but she looks like Fatima, doesn't she? Like Sitara's master?
I feel like there is like some resemblance, yeah.
Cause that's what I saw, and I thought that's what Fatima not Fatima, um, Star, cause that's what her name is, Sitara. I think that's what she was seeing, like, or at least that's what I thought she was saying. But like you mentioned, may like and in this episode it was mentioned that they're probably both what, Muslim? So like that is a thing. So I don't know if maybe they're like both from the same religion and like they're clearly
think
don't like.
I don't even know if she is of the same. I mean, maybe she is, but I think it's more so.
I think
I think it.
definitely you're right that she sees herself in Satara, but I think Satara, because when we first saw her,
I think it's more
and
so
like
about they just can't relate. Because even Satara, like the dialogue she said, like she said, I think something
you
to
wouldn't
the
understand,
yeah, it's something you would never understand, and like that was like
or you
something
can
very
never understand.
striking to her, and she's like, oh,
Yeah,
I know
and
that feeling. So
I know that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
But dude, the line of like the line that she told Sitara at the towards the end of the episode, the like tell me how you feel. Like you hate them, right? And Sitara's like, I would and she said, don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit a bullshitter. Like I'm not gonna tell anybody. And even if I did, and this is one of the lines you're talking about, even if I did, they wouldn't believe me,
yeah,
right? So
like you saw that I
how do
said
you
you were
feel
trying to
about
kill him, you didn't do anything.
it? And she says, I can never like uh she ends up saying for Sitara, because Sitara is not talking, says you can't forgive them, but as time goes on you find yourself almost forgiving them and you can't forgive yourself for feeling that way, and you're trying to hold on to this rage, this resentment, this hatred inside of you, and it's getting harder and harder to do that. And like the way that they both resonated, because you could tell Satara resonated with that so hard,
Oh yeah,
right? Because that's what she's been like, that's what she's been having a problem with, right?
yeah.
Like we saw her teaching the other wife, and she was very clearly like kind of warming up to the kids and like kind of like becoming ingrained in that whole situation, and then she had to keep reminding herself, no, no, I hate them, I hate them, no, I hate them. And and that's just such a tough situation for Satara, and then being used as a spy,
Mm.
because yeah, she hates the situation. She wants to make sure that like I've been doing all this work to become the empress and it's just taken from me. And like she says, of course, something else like, oh, brotherly bonds like are fragile or whatever, but it's very clear that the empress, that she's trying to maneuver around and do something, right? um and Satara, like, okay, it kind of really throws Sitara off balance, right? And then like this episode, with meeting this new person, and it's like I think this is the first time, because everybody from Sitara's region has all gotten to the point of, we're used to this, and life's not so bad here, and I have a new husband who's a slave, and all of this shit, right? Like everyone else has kind of moved on, and Sitara's like the only one boiling in this resentment and hatred, and she's trying to hold on to it, and she finally has an ally who's like with her in that, right?
Mm.
Which is nice to have, but I also feel like it's gonna break at some point. Like I think at some point either something's horribly gonna go wrong and these two are gonna die, or I think they're gonna slowly lose the hatred and rage that they have, because they're already slowly losing it. I don't know. I'm interested by this series. I'm excited to see more of the political maneuvering, because I imagine some of the Khan brothers aren't going to be happy. They're going to try to cause some strife. Clearly, at least one of the wives isn't happy. And the Khan, the great Khan, is terrifying, in my opinion, because of how calm he is.
Hmm.
This is just so much. This is so interesting to me, this series so far. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I've really been enjoying it, um, for sure. And now that like now Satara is with someone who like obviously she can relate to. It feels like, and vice versa, and how they feel for a lot of their feelings, and especially someone like her who is one of the like the wives, even though they don't really take her all that seriously. At least the Great Khan does. She still obviously has some pull, as one of the wives. So I feel like that is like a better like I said, Sitara's kind of working her way, like she's now, with someone who has a little bit more pull, potentially. So I feel like that could, help her. So also like what is gonna happen even with um the wife of Tolui, the he's like the general, I think, of like the army or whatever, the military.
Yeah, he's the leader of the full military,
Yeah.
right?
His wife obviously was the one who sent her to be a spy. Now, like, what is gonna happen with that, right? Like, is it gonna be a thing where like, oh, you failed, right? Like, or I don't know. That is also something I'm curious about too. Is it just like, oh, you failed your mission kind of thing, like spy gigs up, or do we try to continue to go through with that somehow? Or I don't know. That is also something I'm curious if there may be like fallout or something from that. But yeah, this series been really good. A lot of interesting characters, a lot of interesting stuff going on in terms of like obviously like the politics and the moving pieces and like who's wondering who's working in the shadows and who's kind of trying to plot and make moves out here because in just situations like this when you got like a power struggle and someone succeeding the throne and there's always going to be people out to get one another. So then you also have the whole topic too that this series focuses on too about like knowledge and you know wisdom and even like the elements book that the same wife I was just talking about actually was interested in and that Satara was like teaching her about. And so it has like aspects like that too. So yeah, very very good series so far. Really enjoying it, and this was another good episode. So yeah, that about does it for our drama bit. We can move on to romance comedy slice of life now, and we have our honorable mentions. I had Goodbye Lara in here. I think we had it in the regular bit usually. Um, I feel like this episode was kind of Lara getting a taste of like school life and the
Fucking, but she got tired of the childhood friend shit and said, "Tell him how you feel." I told him how I felt. Oh God, she's crying the whole
yeah,
time.
she was bawling like multiple
It's
times.
so funny. Oh
Episode,
man.
yeah,
We also got that cool moment with Laura and
whole friend bit,
the whole friend bit.
yeah,
Like, are you friends? And Laura's just looking at her like, are we? Like,
yeah. The
yeah.
glances they kind of had at each other. At first, I was worried. I'm like, is Mari gonna look back at her? Like, please
Yeah,
look back at
Mari
her,
cannot
and she
say
did.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's good.
yeah. I mean, this episode wasn't. I feel like not a whole lot really to
Oh,
mention. I mean, I feel like it
well,
was
the
like,
sister talked.
what was that?
The sister talked to Lara
Yeah, that was, and she straight
towards
up
the end.
lied to her.
Yeah, she was right there.
Yeah, I love it. That was funny how she like slammed on the horn in like frustration. That was like
Yeah.
kind of funny. But
Yeah.
that's gonna be like a potential like maybe like a wrench in this. I don't know. Like with the progression, that we're seeing with Lara and Mari. I'm just wondering like how is the yeah. I'm wondering how the sister is gonna like play into this. Also, I don't think it was something we knew. Actually, yeah, this is definitely worth mentioning. I was gonna say like we just had like the school stuff and obviously like the new girl they introduced and the with the childhood friend and how she got rejected and that was like the main focus. But also we got some more insight into like Lara not actually being able to talk. Right? I feel like we didn't know that. We did not know that she was not able to talk.
Well, I mean, we did. It was the Little Mermaid plot. Like, they took away her ability to talk when she became a human, right?
In
And
this
that's
series, they
yeah,
we did not know, I feel like from the bits when she
we
was
did.
with the prince that she could not
We
talk.
did. Yeah, she said, "I'll take your voice." It was literally the Little Mermaid shit. This potion will give you legs, but it'll take your ability to talk. It was episode 1, bro. It was really quick, but yes, they did. She did say it.
And we saw her cut
That's
off
why
her
I called
tongue.
her Ursula. We didn't. I don't know if we saw her cut off her tongue. No, but definitely the whole line
No,
of
but
like,
wasn't it the second loop or the second bit?
no, that was the first time.
No, I swear that was I don't know. The
Yeah.
whole like focus on the tongue thing was like because obviously we've seen
Yeah, the
her
tongue,
with
I did
the
not
thing
know
on her
that,
tongue,
like, they actually cut
but
her
they did
tongue
not
off.
go into that with the tongue bit
Yeah, with
before
the tongue part, they did not go
because
into,
she
but
was
they
like
did
she
go into
wanted
the
to
whole,
talk and
like,
wanted to say, but she like
yeah,
couldn't.
yeah. I didn't know they cut off her tongue. I thought it was the deal that, like, it's the potion, right? That's what I thought, because I was thinking Little Mermaid, because they did say you won't be able to
So
talk
what would
because
be
they
the
sing.
point if she couldn't talk already? What's the point of cutting off the tongue?
I don't know.
That's why I thought it was the second loop
Well, I
or
mean,
whatever.
we knew she couldn't talk. I thought it was because of the spell, but apparently she cut her fucking tongue off. Which I feel like we did just learn that this time that she cut her tongue off. But maybe I'm misremembering. But we definitely knew she couldn't talk the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hmm.
but that does explain why her tongue is sewed on in
Yeah,
current time.
she had
Because
a
I
little
was
bit of
super curious about that too. That
PTSD
didn't
when
make any sense either.
get a little bit of PTSD because yeah, I have been wondering about that too with how why her tongue looks like that. And then
Yeah.
I love how freaking Grace was like threatening her a bit, and Lara kind of freaked out. She had like a little
I'll
bit of
cut that shit off
PTSD.
again, bitch.
Yeah,
I'll cut it off again.
yeah. It was a fun
Um,
episode though. It was obviously Lara and Mari are getting close, even if Mari don't want to admit it. If she,
talking about Mari, or specifically Mari's brother,
oh, he was trying to freaking
he
alley
was
oop
trying to get
himself.
with Laura, right?
He was trying to alley oop himself, bro. Like
He was trying to alley-oop
self
himself, bro, the
oop.
whole episode. Can you
Yeah.
tell me who the hottest guy in the school is?
It's okay
And
if you
I don't
say
mind
me.
if
Yeah.
it's me.
Yeah.
I don't mind if it's me. Like,
Crazy.
winking at him, like, I don't mind if you pick me. Who's the coolest guy? Who's the most popular guy in the school? I don't mind if it's me. Who's the prince of the school? I don't mind if it's me.
Yeah,
Who
that
should
was kind
date
of wild.
Laura? I don't mind if it's me. Pick me. Like, bro, chill. All right, fuck. It's like, dude, she's already staying with me. That's easy access. Pick me. Like, that's what it bro. He really felt so down bad, bro. Like that. I don't know. That shit was actually crazy. Like every time he was saying anything, I don't mind if it's me.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was wild.
but I think that's about all I got for that.
Hmm.
Um, After that, we got what? Love unseen beneath the clear night sky. Um, bro, why am I blanking? This is the problem with shit that comes out on Monday, bro. Is I cannot remember by the end of the week, bro.
This is the
Oh,
one where they like had the double kind of date karaoke bit.
oh yeah, the karaoke.
Yeah. Um, they're about to go on a date.
True.
Our
She
girls
moved
kind
on.
of
She said she was on a
she's
date.
yeah, she's kind of like, yeah, this is a date. Like they're not shying away from it.
Like this is a date.
Like,
This ain't no
yeah,
pussy shit,
we're
This is
not
a date.
sugar coating this. Like, this is what
Which
it
W
is.
her, by the way, can we just say?
Yeah.
She's like, fuck that. Nah, I ain't playing this pussyfooting around bullshit. We're going on a date.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Can't deny that. You just at that point you just got to say, yes, ma'am. I'm excited for this. I want them to. They're so cute together, man. She's so adorable. I love her. I can't wait for like more from these two.
Yeah, I feel like we
Um,
just continue to see them like kind of spend time with each other, get closer.
yeah.
Obviously we got dates. Yeah, they're just
Karaoke.
they're getting more comfortable with each other, and we do see them kind of joke with one another and stuff too. I feel like something I got a kick out of is when he's being quiet when they're sitting together, she just like makes a comment like, "Are you even here?" Like,
Yeah, are
bro,
you even hearing
yeah,
me? He's like, oh fuck, my bad. Yeah, I'm here.
yeah. So that was like a bit that made me chuckle a little bit, but
Did
yeah,
did did she lose the bookmark this episode?
yeah, that was the yeah.
Ah, that was this episode. Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
I wonder what the bookmark said. Although, hear me out. She did. She said, "I wish you would read it yourself." Right.
Hmm.
But then didn't she mention like a bucket list also, like in the same like sentence or like relatively quickly afterwards?
I don't remember.
Because I remember her saying, like, "Do you have like a list of things that you
Oh,
want
you'd
to
want to
do?"
do before you die. Yeah, it was very ominous and maybe foreshadowing.
Or maybe that's what the bookmark was.
I hope this ain't no foreshadowing, bro.
I hope it's not ominous foreshadow. Um,
Pull some freaking pancreas bit or I don't know. Uh,
I just want them to be happy because
Same.
they're so cute. 100 girlfriends. I, for the first time, well, for the second time, well, shut the hell up. Go ahead, bro.
I don't have much to say. This episode was all about the girls doing like an idol performance and them doing like all the preparation for it, and some of them were kind of counted out. Some of them were like, oh, like because they had like a trainer who came in and was helping them, and the trainer was pretty much saying like, this group, like you're good enough, but this group is not. Like you should leave them behind. But like the first group wouldn't leave them behind. They wanted to all do it together, so they all put in the work, the time, the effort, and the performance, like the idol performances. The animation was very good throughout this episode, even in the training bits and the performances. Usually, I feel like you'll see a lot of these performances in like full CGI, and sometimes it could look a bit jarring, but like consistently throughout this episode, like a lot of the character animation, it looked really good. The songs were great. Um, there was obviously you had some fan service with their freaking training, and their tits are bouncing up and down like some of the uh some of the bigger breasted girls in the series, and they kind of make that like a joke, a running joke throughout the episode, that they got their own problems to deal with. Because yeah, there were problems and trials and tribulations that the characters had, and a lot of this like training, and some of the stuff they excel at and some of the stuff they don't. But ultimately, it came together. They put on a good performance, and it was one of those. I feel like it happens in a lot of these like singing or like idol bits. It's like where people are in the crowd for like a certain other group or whatever, and then they come up and then they leave because it's like, oh, we're not here for this person, and then people start coming back to the stage, right? But Rintaro, it was his Rentaro is his like passion really, and his uncle also helped out quite a bit, and just like a lot of the preparation and a lot of what they did to promote their performance and stuff like that. It said a lot about him, and even he was helping them with their training, but he was also doing stuff, you know, outside of the training and promoting their performance, and a lot more people ended up showing up, and a lot of the crowd that had left ended up coming back, and yeah, it was a good performance, good animation, but yeah, it was really just the idol centric episode, and it was fun. I enjoyed it, but not a whole lot to mention other than that. So yeah, we can move on to our main ones now. We have You and I Are Polar Opposites, season 2, episode 4. I feel like Gremlin probably really enjoyed this one because it had a lot of Tyra and Azuma focus in it, which I really did love as well. And having like a lot of Tyra's kind of like monologue. I mean, we do see a lot of monologue with him, but like I feel like especially in this episode, like the dialogue from him was hitting, and even like some of the self-reflecting he had, and maybe how he felt he mistreated um Azuma and stuff, and some of the realizations too that he had in this episode about like how uh it kind of clicked, especially after Ozma said it, that she's been like rooting him on this whole time and stuff like that. And he thinks back on a lot of the moments between them, and he's like, wait, shit, like maybe she actually was. Um, so yeah, I loved a lot of their moments in this episode, and just even he was having a fun time. Like, right, Tyra was having fun. He was smiling. Wait, what? Who is this? Uh, it was awesome, just them kind of chasing each other and stuff like that. Because at first she was trying to catch up to him, and then we saw him trying to catch up to her. It was just adorable with the two of them. So yeah, I really loved the first bit of this episode, and and then also you got a lot of Yamada and Nishi as well, and I was surprised they focused quite a bit actually on Nishi's friend, Rikako.
Yeah, that was great.
Which I did really like how handled her character in this episode and how she feels
I
like she
fucking
wants to.
hated that bitch. I hated her.
Yeah.
But then she's like, fucking the GOAT. I didn't accept her. She accepted me.
Mhm.
Shit. I like her.
Yeah. So she feels like kind of now like she wants to be there for her to give her this push, and
Mhm.
we love that, right? We love the
Love
supportive
that.
characters giving their, giving some of our more important characters like that push, right? To kind of confront how they're feeling and come out with it as Nishi
With the
did in this
best way
episode.
to the best way to entice her. All right, fine. Do you want to be his boyfriend, his girlfriend? I don't know. I kind of like how it's going right now. Okay, fine. Fuck that. How would you feel if someone else got with him?
I'd
Oh,
regret
like
the shit
that.
out of that.
There you go. That's your fucking answer. Shut the fuck up and ask him out.
Yeah, the way she just puts it, yeah, I love the way she put a lot of that for sure. Uh, but ultimately, yeah, we
Really
see
hit him with
Nishi.
the think about it.
Yeah, now I don't know when this is actually going to be put into, going directly to Yamada about it, but Nishi obviously we know how they feel about each other, and even a lot of the other characters do, of course, now as well. But
Speaking of fucking Tani,
Tani
fucking took
putting
him
two and two
took him
together.
5 hours to sit there and go.
That was funny because he's just like, "Oh, I got it," and then he goes in like,
And then he looks at her and
"Yeah,
goes, "So
and
you did lie to me."
yeah,
She's like, "Is that a
I
lie?"
didn't lie. Yeah, it was just, that was still true."
So I still wanted to see you. It's just,
Yeah,
yeah, there's a little bit more to it than that.
yeah. So I love the Nishi and Yamada bits in this episode too. Like they're super adorable. But yeah, Nishi kind of coming out with her feelings, and like she's known how she's felt, but really like voicing them and getting it out there. I feel like to her friend, I feel like is a big step, and hopefully they they seal the deal soon. Hopefully, we don't have to wait too much longer for that. Obviously, we've known that like Tyra and Azuma are probably going to take the longest, but feels like Yamada and Nishi, it's setting up for them to definitely be next to make things like kind of official between them. But yeah, this was a good episode. I feel like I enjoyed it quite a bit. How about you?
I mean, any
Any
episode
episode that
where
doesn't have Miyu or Tani in it barely is a good episode.
any episode where half the episode is about the only two characters that I fucking care about in the show is pretty good. See, I feel like I was doing so good, and you just keep fucking alley-ooping it to me, bro. You keep trying, dude. It's like how long do I gotta ignore it before you stop? It's like, fuck you. I'll take the alley-oop this time. Shit. See, it's not me. All right, look, I try. Look, I play nice. Okay, um, y'all just try to poke me to get it. But no, it was good, right? Of course, obviously, I love the stuff with the two characters I actually like in this show. Give me a second, I'll figure out their names. I got your back.
Tyra and
Only
Azuma. Is that who you're talking?
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was typing in only two characters that matter in polar opposites, and Tyra and Azuma showed up. Who'd have guessed? Um,
Crazy.
nah, Tyra, dude, I feel that so hard when like you're getting like someone is like complimenting you and you just can't see it, or like they're trying to help you or cheer you out and you just can't see it because your own self-confidence is so low, so you automatically make it out to be a bad thing, or like, oh, they're clearly just fucking with me.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you that I don't understand that, but but I understand that. You know, I get that so much. I wish I could tell you I didn't, but I do. So yeah, I feel Tyra, man. Um, but it was great to see him sit there and understand that, fuck, man, she's actually been rooting on me. She's been doing like she's been kind of been my day one, Like, damn, I need to put more. On her.
Hell yeah.
So that was fun. And then of course, um, Ozma. Um, he eventually takes the train with her or whatever, and Azuma chasing him down with the umbrella. It was cute, man. I love these two. Um, I can't wait until because I don't think Azuma realizes that she feels some type of way about Tyra.
I feel like there's been little glimpses, but yeah, I feel like it hasn't really like.
Because I feel like she doesn't feel worthy of anything, and I feel like Tyra has too low self-esteem. You know, it's like it's like the most unfortunate duo.
Yeah.
I hope that like they build enough confidence in one another to eventually like talk about the fact that they feel some type of way clearly.
Yeah,
Um,
like I said, this is the one that's gonna take the longest. I
for
mean, I feel
sure.
like that's pretty obvious
100%.
because I could see them going a route with Tyra, like being like, "Oh, until I have enough confidence in myself, like I'm not gonna be,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna feel like I should be with, her, right?" But no, they're still really cute. I love just a lot of their conversations and how they just, yeah, how they communicate, how they. I feel like it's most of the time her messing with him, but but nah, they're cute for sure. All right. Next up we have Smoking Behind the Supermarket. With you, episode 3. We met the
The
manager. The
manager.
manager who is awesome, dude.
Bro, the manager's great.
Yeah,
I'm
she
gonna
is
call the
great.
cops. What? But no. Tamaya said I could be here. Who? You mean Yamada? No, 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 no.
Why would you bring
Tamaya.
her up right now? Dude is so stupid, bro.
No, no. Tamaya is a really good friend of Yamada. Uh huh.
This motherfucker's getting
This dude.
played.
What, dude? I don't know if it's the subs I get, but bro, this bloke is a dumbass. This geezer doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm like, what are these
Is that
English?
what it said for you? For me, it
It
said,
said that,
"Oh,
bro.
he's getting played" or something like that. I think that's what it said
Yeah,
for
it said
me.
he's getting played, but it
Yeah.
said this bloke doesn't get it. Bro, I don't know what subs I'm getting, bro. It's funny, dude. Cause I'm getting geezer and like it's clearly an English person doing the subs. It's great. This dude's getting played. Yeah, dude. This and then the manager sits there and like confronts Yamada about it. Like,
You didn't even
come
try with the other name. I love how she was giving her shit about that. Like,
like you
really?
didn't like come on, really?
You didn't
And,
even
and
try.
it's like don't take this guy for and then she like notices Yamada with the present and goes, I see. Oh, wait a
I
second.
understand it now.
I understand. Oh, well then, I'll cheer you two on.
Because
And then we see her with the
at first she
trees
was
and
like,
all that.
at first,
Yeah, she was like, "Don't fuck with the dude."
yeah, she
Like,
was
come
gonna
on.
shut the shit down.
Yeah,
Now she's
and then
like,
she
keep it
saw the
more low
face.
key.
She was like, "Keep it more low key." And then we see her later with the fucking romance manga in the the
Yeah,
van. She's like, "Ah, that shit hits me the right way." And then, bro, the line of, "Hey, let me know if something happens."
yeah.
What do you mean? Something that makes your heart pound. Okay, what? Because Yamada doesn't get it, right?
Mm.
And she's like, nah, I'm here for this shit. I'm here for this romance, bro. I need to get cameras put right there so I can watch.
Yeah, she like one of us for
She
real.
is. She's one of us, bro. She wishes she could watch this TV show.
Literally,
That's what she wishes.
honestly,
Oh, it's so good, man. I love her already.
yeah.
Um,
Great introduction.
yeah,
For her, and just obviously
she's the one.
she's like a supporter of the two of them, for sure. And
She's the one who told us about the trick, the the brushing your teeth, and then the deodorizer.
yeah,
So she's the senpai. She's
yeah,
great. I mean,
and I feel like there were some nice, obviously more Yamada kind of teasing Sasaki and stuff like that, like when she kind of pulled down her jacket a little bit with the scent, like just little bits like that. But I feel like we got the most kind of reaction or flustered we've seen Yamada so far in this episode,
mhm.
in the line in the supermarket. That was definitely the most flustered we've seen her get. I think she even like kind of said it to herself, like even I was blushing right there. Like she was like, "Damn,
Damn, he got me.
yeah."
Fuck.
But
Because
even
it wasn't about her, right? It was about Tamaya, right?
yeah,
Like, well, it was about her, but not
like the
her,
actual
right?
her, yeah,
It's like, fuck.
yeah,
Why is he so cool? Oh man, they're so cute,
yeah. And
man.
even the like how she felt about getting the gift
The
from him,
present.
and I told him it
Yeah.
was no biggie. Yeah, they're just they're
And then
so
she's
cute,
teasing
man.
him.
They're
Then
great.
she's teasing him with the fucking ashtray, like, "Come on, you can use it." And then, like, holding it
Yeah,
really far
yep,
away, so he has to reach over her body.
yeah.
It's like, "Come on, just a little bit further." And she's super close to be, like, basically on his lap. It's like, "Bro, come on. Bro." They're so cute, man.
For real.
This shit makes my single ass feel lonely. Goddamn. What's that meme? Like, God damn, I've never felt called more single before in my life. Ah, damn, bro. It's so good.
Yeah, good stuff for Supermarket once again. I'm trying to think. There was there was a scene with the freaking coworker in the bathroom that I found pretty funny too. When they were like when he was kind of giving him shit, like talking about like I think he was saying like, oh, you don't have to go through all this or whatever. Oh yeah, he sprayed him. He sprayed him with the freaking yeah, he sprayed him with the mist or whatever, like the cologne or whatever.
Yeah.
And he said maybe he said maybe you'll go home to your wife and she'll love you a bit more or something like that.
And
Sasaki
he's like,
said
oh,
that to
dude, goated idea.
him. Yeah, I got a kick out of that too. But
This whole thing, this is just the vibes
oh yeah,
anime.
yeah.
Like, it's
100%.
so fun.
Like right
I
now it's
love
just vibes. Like the romance ain't even really like obviously they're building a foundation and
it.
just a
Yeah,
general
the
relationship,
foundation's
but
there.
like we haven't even hit the real like
Oh
romance
my
like
god.
kicking up
You
yet,
know what
you
this
know?
is, bro? This is this season's solo camping for two.
Solo camping for two, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
shout. Like I like this a lot more to be honest, but that is a shout.
That's only because solo camping for two was so bullshit for so long. 24 episodes into this one, you're gonna be saying, God, at least they got together at the end of solo camping for two.
Honestly,
uh that's all I got for this one, man. This was
yeah.
just so much fun. I want to love you till your dying day. Um, I don't want to jump straight to the end, but I kind of do.
There was a lot of crazy cliffhangers this week. I feel like as we've been
Yeah,
going through these episodes, like yeah, there's been a lot of like, and this was definitely one of them. But yeah, this episode showed more of the horrors around just Mimi's. Obviously, we know like we've been known that she's always like the one one of the ones that gets sent out to fight and all that. Um, we the this is the most graphic though. I feel like we've seen like one of the ways that she freaking came back, like how her body was. That
she
was
was in a
like,
bag. She was in a bag, like a
yeah,
burlap sack. They brought her back in a bag, and the nurse is like, "Fuck that! I'm not healing you. You do it."
yeah.
And she's like, "Okay."
And
He's
this is
like,
just the norm for her.
"Hello."
It's just like it's so fucked, man.
It's so and then the last fucking line of this episode, bro.
Yeah.
Holy.
I was already dead to begin with, which honestly,
I'm already
and the look
dead.
on her face too, and honestly, I feel like a part of me was
Look on her face. You can see it. You can see it on the thumbnail if you guys don't know. Don't worry
the
about it.
I feel like I was kind of thinking that that was a possibility, especially some of the dialogue in this episode about how she was saying like, "Oh, you know, I was underground before," and I'm just like, okay, that screams like experiments or something, or like, or I don't know, something like that going on. Um, but yeah, just the look on her face too, and just how like kind of cheerful I feel like it was leading up to that, like, oh, friends share secrets, and right, it's just that was a lot of this episode because there was a lot of like feel good, them spending more time together, and um doing
Cleaning the
stuff that friends
room,
do, cleaning the room, yeah, and just jumping on
cleaning
the
the room for half
bed,
the episode, sitting on the bed,
eating,
jumping on the bed, eating,
yeah,
going out to eat with the two other friends, and, fucking doing their laundry.
yeah.
It was a chill episode, and then the very end of the episode, oh, by the way, I'm already dead. What
Yeah, it's
the
like you get that stuff, and then you see her come back in a bag. Then you
in a
get more friends doing what friends do stuff, and then the end of the episode, it's like I've already been dead.
I'm
It's,
already dead.
it's just like,
I can't die. Why? Because I'm already dead. This
yeah,
reminds me, bro. I know you haven't seen Game of Thrones, but this reminds me of one of the mottos of the houses in Game of Thrones. One of the houses, the Iron Islands, specifically, their whole thing is what is dead may never die.
mm,
So that's what it reminded me of. The second I heard her say that, I said, "What is dead may never die." It's like that's what it is. It's what is dead may never die. She's like, I can't die, bro. I'm already dead. I already did it. Now I'm curious, like, what the hell is she? Because like they're like you said, they're talking about experiments. They're talking about how there's a Mimi of every generation.
yeah,
Because they said that, right? Is that Mimi is like a legend. Like there's always a Mimi. So does that mean they just find a corpse of one of the fighters, one of the like
and like modify it, and
soldiers
yeah,
that was like with an excess of mana or whatever, and they fucking Frankenstein that hoe and bring her back and make her into a living human weapon? Like holy shit, dude.
yeah.
I don't know.
I just I'm wondering the big, because like it seems like Sheena so far has just kind of like been the support for like Mimi, and even like through their relationship and how they've been growing closer and stuff like that. Like Mimi's starting to say like I don't even want to go out anymore, right, and fight. Uh, because I don't know. I feel like that's something maybe they like that wasn't probably normal, or like she would really say. But like with someone like Sheena in her life now, it's like she don't want to go out. I'm just wondering like what role Sheena is gonna continue to play like in this series, like I don't know. It's really interesting. Like, is she gonna continue to try and like get Mimi away from this like way of life? Is this, but like I don't know, with how it feels like Mimi's whole situation has kind of just been set in stone. Like it's been like this forever, and who knows the other parties or potentially who's behind it, in probably experimenting on her or creating or modifying these corpses or whatever's going on to how Mimi's or even like created or whatever. Because like if Sheena's trying to, you know, you get the attention of certain people that like, oh, Mimi's changed or Mimi's different because of this girl. I feel like that could lead to some problems, but yeah, I don't know. Like I'm
Like maybe this girl needs to not be around anymore. Maybe
yeah,
this girl's more important to be gone, or I don't know. And then the title of the whole series also like is a little bit like I want to love you till your dying day. Does that mean Mimi's the main character because she's already dead? And like she's gonna love our main girl until she dies? Or is there a point where you can't fix Mimi anymore? Like where the magic don't work no more?
mm,
Is this stinks of a tragic
oh
ending.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
it
100%.
does. And I don't know. I just want to know more about the world, man. Like why is this conflict going on? Is
Yeah, they
this
still haven't
a
really dove much more into that. I feel like
any of that, right?
yeah,
And these are soldiers in the conflict. You would assume they know something. I don't know.
yeah, still a lot I'm interested in. Um,
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like this is a solid episode. I do like seeing a lot of just like I said, the friends being friends, just them continuing to
Mhm.
bond, and even seeing like Mimi kind of starting to be like, oh, like I don't want to go out anymore, and just like
Yeah.
seeing some kind of a difference than maybe what is the usual for Mimi in terms of like going out and just obviously killing, which she's still doing, but also it feels like there is a change brewing potentially, right,
Mhm.
with her. So, which is like what Sheena wants to see, and probably like, maybe us, the viewer, right? So she's not stuck in that way of life. But for the people that are in control of Mimi and behind it, it's like they obviously are gonna feel differently about that. So yeah. Um, we'll see what happens in the future for this one. I feel like it was a solid episode though, for sure.
I gotta ask, does your neck still hurt?
My neck.
Yeah, from the whiplash of this series.
Oh, I mean, it's still there. I just, yeah, I don't, like I said, yeah, it just went from friends doing normal friends thing. They're having the time of their lives, and next thing I know, girl's packed up in a Dexter bag. Uh,
Oh man. All right. Let's talk about the diving anime, which I promise there's gonna be diving in this season, maybe.
Grand Blue season 3, episode 3. Girl, Karina, right? She ended up just being like the others, in a way.
Or I mean we
Yeah,
already know.
yeah,
She's a psycho, bro.
right.
It's like, wait a second, they're part of the same club, right? Oh no. And yeah, she's a little bit of a psycho, a little bit. Um,
Crazy. This is what ended up getting Shiori to give freaking Iori the the passport. Like you held off for so long, I feel like, and then this is what ultimately, ended up breaking you. Uh, which, hey, I mean, probably makes sense after what how Karina was being, especially talking about what marrying him and stuff like that, and yeah, I don't know. This is a fun episode as always of Grand Blue, seeing more of the German dudes and Kohei.
Iori fighting everyone
Yeah,
to keep his sister safe.
yeah. W brother.
W brother, man. Look, I get that Shiori doesn't like Iori, but like, come
Even
on, you
she,
gotta
e-
even you gotta give him props. He's dead on his feet, bro. He
yeah,
fought for you. He went to bat.
right. Even she felt you could tell some kind of way about that for sure.
Like, "Oh, he did this for me. Although, let's be real, Iori would never tell her that. There's so man, I love these brother or sister duo. Like, cause like you can tell he cares and you can tell she cares,
Mhm.
but they do got that one thing that they want. Like, hey, I want you to, you know, take over.
Yeah.
And Eeyore's like, nah, fuck that. On God, you do it. I'm good, bro. Oh man. Nah, that was good though. There's really not much to say about Granblue, man. It's always just a
Yeah,
fun
the
time.
yeah, the German guys are just kind of honestly being how they've
Cringe.
been since they
Yeah.
freaking got introduced. Obviously, Kohei can
Yeah.
kind of relate with them a bit, but now the Karina girl is kind of even just as crazy as they are. She's in the hentai, and
Uh,
yeah, that you find out that the story that they think Shiori looks like the main girl is actually a freaking porn game, 18 plus game. Uh,
where you bang your younger sister, by the way.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
Iori has every right to not want.
I love how they're just
uh,
like, yeah, separate fiction from reality, man. Like,
don't be fucking weird. God.
yeah,
It's just a drawing. Don't be weird. What the hell? Bro, that sounded a little bit too much like a people. Like that sounds like the author knows some people.
the author is on X.com quite a bit.
You know what? Honestly.
Yeah, it was a fun episode. Nothing like obviously a whole lot to go dive deep
Nothing to
into.
really deep,
Pun
like,
intended,
dive.
maybe.
Yeah,
But yeah, Iori's got the passport now, and now I feel like
finally.
now we'll probably have more to probably talk about going forward for this season, and maybe they'll dive. Who knows?
I mean, from what I remember, it's at least implied that they dive. I don't know if we see it, but it's at least implied. The Isekai fantasy section. I'm gonna go off on one for a minute. I just got a couple to talk about.
Actually, can we
This
talk
will be
about
very.
Heavy Night first, and then
Go ahead, bro.
yeah. So Heavy Night, I just want to say, what's his name? Freaking what's the dude's name? The dude with the axe, or the what was his name? Oh, Goten.
Yeah,
Dude's kind of
yeah.
goated, bro. I don't know the way he was sticking up for freaking for our dude for Elmas after everything he did, and how he kind of literally was the last bastion really for this freaking raid, right? He was like the last hope. Everything was kind of banking on him, and he held out until Goten obviously was cured of because it was poison and paralysis, I think. So Elmas, he held out just enough for Goten to come back, and obviously we saw like the Mad Hatter, it had like evolved or whatever, or it turned into the Mad Hatter. And they did the same thing again in this episode, by the way. They reused a lot of the freaking same
Yes,
bits.
I'm aware. I've
Yeah.
watched One Piece. I've seen the first 5 minutes be nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was another thing in this episode, but yeah, Elmas, he held out.
He held
Goten
down,
came in, dealt the final
one
blow.
shot the thing.
Yeah, and then Goten just standing up for him after everybody.
Standing up for him twice in
Yeah.
front of everybody saying,
Yep.
"Nah, y'all are fucking useless."
Yep.
Hey, WU though. Also, the loot's yours because you beat that thing. I didn't do shit. You won this fight, so you could have the loot. And then it's like, fuck, that shit sells for 3 million.
Yeah,
Fuck
she
that.
just kept bringing it up on the table. But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. But wait, there's and
You
then
just see it.
this.
You just see him fucking like regretting his decision instantly, going 3 million, 3 million.
Yeah,
Add
but
on
you
the
made more than
million.
me.
Yeah, add on the about 1 million he got for the actual like bounty shit.
Hmm.
So he made like 4 million that day.
Yeah,
And that's only if he sells the shield, because he probably won't, right?
you would think
He'll
not.
probably rock
Yeah,
that shield for a little bit at least.
yeah. And he leveled up quite a bit too. I think he went up like what, nine? Was it 9 levels or something?
He went from 16 to 21, right?
I thought it was more than that, but I don't.
Nah, he went from like 16 to
He went from
21. It
16.
feels like he should have leveled up more, but he's only level 21
I
right
swear
now,
it
I
was
believe.
almost like 10 levels, bro. That would be something I'd have to like. Mm, where was it even?
It's towards the end.
Oh yeah, I love how he freaking told the one dude like, "Nah, bro, like you were." He was like, "Can I like what a dumbass,
Can
bro."
you Yeah, can you
Saying,
can
"Can
you
you still promote me? I was the one who healed you."
I healed you. Cool, you're a fucking cleric. You're not a cleric though. You're a red mage. Why are you being such a pussy? Like what? Come on. Yeah. That dude's kind of a joke, bro. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I don't know where it shows this. I see where he got the freaking shield.
Yeah.
It had
It
to be
should be.
before that, right?
I think so.
Like when the thing actually died.
Uh
I swear it was from like 16 or 17 to like 23 or 24.
that's still not almost dead. I'll find it here in a second. Don't worry about it.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add about the I'm wondering when the hell they're gonna freaking meet the freaking Joker girl, who's like,
Yeah, right. Like we need her.
I've been
All
waiting
right,
for her to pop up. I just like at the end when he's walking through the freaking street and shit. I'm like, okay, surely he bumps into her like soon, bro.
it's 1623. You're right. I thought it was 21. It's 23.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's, I mean, 16 to 23.
I
That's
mean
still
it's
7.
still it's a decent. Yeah, you would think he would level up more, to be honest, but
Yeah, because they killed a level 40 monster, right?
yeah,
Like,
but I think that's been kind of made apparent. I think even me and Travis and Vash were talking about like how the leveling works in this. It's like kind of
or doesn't rather.
yeah, but it was a fun
Uh,
episode, and
it was a fun episode for sure.
Goten definitely has grew on me a lot
Stepped
more
up,
after this
told the
episode.
boys,
Yeah,
they fuck off. Nah, he's legit.
yeah.
Um,
But you can have your rundown. I gotta. So
oh boy.
yeah, so Grem's got
Hi
the
guys.
hell mode and his little isekai fantasy rundown for you because I'm sure he has the rear
Wait, I
guard
believe
and
I do have the rear guard, dude.
I forget the other ones you're watching, but yeah, let him know.
Yeah. Hell mode. This was a fun episode. I'm gonna get a little bit spoilery since Nate's not here. We get the first year version of this tournament, which involves, of course, Karena fighting and winning, and then getting her ass beat by Dverg. Um, Unfortunately, our boy decides he doesn't want no part of this tournament. But don't worry, you will see him participate in this tournament. I think next year you'll see him participate, which will be fun. He will get enticed. They will be picking up some party members soon here. That's also going to be a lot of fun. But for now, they're clearing A rank dungeons. They're getting through some pretty sticky situations. They're leveling up pretty cleanly, and they're figuring out that the prince, the king's younger, the king's oldest son, is the one that's doing all the shit stirring. So that's a complication they're gonna have to deal with. But moving on past that, he mentioned rearguard, so I'll bring that one up. Teresia joins the party. Um, Everybody in his party wants to have sex with him, and they do this whole fucking. It's fine as long as we don't tell him, right? Okay, that was strange. Villager level 999. Guess what, Villager? Even if he is level 999, he is not the strongest person around. He is still a villager. Although he has an ability, which is bullshit, which is called lol kek w xd. I have limit break. I'm actually the strongest. So we're gonna see how that pans out going forward. Skeleton Knight, I'm gonna be honest, Skeleton Knight is so fucking forgettable this season. I forget about Skeleton Knight every single time. Monday shows are so hard for me to remember, guys. I'm so sorry. If it's not something super memorable, I'm going to forget. And that is the most like forgettable Monday show. Heroine, Saint, no, I'm an all purpose, all works made. Dude, I freaking love this show. She cast her blessing of protection, which turned all of their clothes into the saint's raiment. So they're all immune to the Dark One's power, which is so cool. And all three of them are now immune to the Dark One's power. So they're sitting there, and they're like, "Where's the saint? Because the saint's power is radiating off of them." She's not even there, bro. She's cleaning the house. The Dark One stumbles into the Saint's place and goes, "Well, there's no power around here, so this can't possibly be where the Saint lives. But this is where that other girl lives." And the Saint shows up behind, looking at the torn up room, going, "I'ma fucking kill this thing." And the Dark One's like, "Oh shit, that's the Saint! Fuck!" And that's really interesting. And so the Saint and the Demon King, the Dark One, are now together in that. We're gonna see how that's gonna pan out. I imagine that the Dark One's just gonna be her pet from now on, which is gonna be pretty funny. Um, but that's honestly all I got. I'm gonna be honest. Uh, Clevatess, we went back and forth on this one if we're gonna do honorable mention or not. Uh, so this might be a short one. But Clevatess was cool this week.
Oh yeah, a lot more. I feel like to
A lot more
mention.
interesting things.
Yeah, to see
We
the
see all of the great beasts are
yeah
here now. And they've each got their own little carrier, shall we say here. One of them is the ogre priestess or whatever, which is neat. One of them is like a parasite
yeah.
inside of the dude,
I
which
was
is
wondering why
pretty
the dude
neat.
was freaking out when, but then I was like, oh, that makes sense why he freaks
Shut
out
up,
when this happens.
man. Um, so the four of them talking with one another is, or the three of them talking, and they're pretty sure that the fourth one is helping the king here
Mm.
do the dastardly things he's doing. So that's an interesting plot point. They're also talking about these stanzas or these parts of a story because Clen actually found one of them because that's the book that was in the furnace.
Right,
So they're talking about these parts of this story having the key or whatever. So they surmise that the North one probably found one, and we know Clen has one. So we think two of them are found, and we're wondering what's going to happen if they all find one or if they're all brought together. So that's pretty interesting. Um, we also got um, the funniest scene I think of this episode was the hero saying, "I think I'm being bullied," and going to the teacher who's like, "Fuck that! I don't want to help you." It's like, "You're a spy just as much as I am." It's like, "Shut up, shut up! Don't tell anybody that." And the fact that everyone just kind of doesn't give a shit about one of their classmates just being kicked out of this school um in a really seemingly like possible way for all of them, and like how like it was preceded by him turning into this mindless monster as well. I'm really wondering is everyone okay? Like what we're okay with this?
yeah.
um but yeah, go ahead, man. Clevatess, what
Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode for a lot of like what it gave us. Obviously, with the the great beasts, like you mentioned, um, Alicia kind of making moves out here, trying to gather information. Obviously, with the twins, and then also with the I forget what her name is, but like the teacher, whatever whatever. Um, so yeah, seeing Alicia do that, getting more like you said with the books and the hero legend, and diving into a lot of that. I feel like it was really interesting. It does seem like Alicia also kind of put like she had like a bit of a like a I mean we saw the episode ended, which was another crazy cliffhanger I will add. But like she kind of had like a brain blast in a way. So um yeah, I feel like there's a lot of interesting kind of moving parts here with the great beasts and kind of what they're set out to do. Also, it seems like Luna maybe getting targeted. Like they did kind of cast some on that potentially. We did catch up with Luna a little bit, and seems like Luna's definitely progressing, learning like very quickly. Um, so yeah, this was definitely a more like compared to last week. This is definitely more of a noteworthy episode for what it gave us. Like the hero legend, the books, and how they play into it, and uh yeah, the four great beasts. Even seeing like Clevatess with the uh one of the demon beasts, but I guess back then they were like it was like an old lady, like the form of an old lady or whatever, or that was maybe just originally her. I'm not really sure, but Also, I feel like it's pretty interesting how they described like the with the hero legend, the whole like bit with the regalia and the I feel like a lot of it fit Alicia if you really think about it, right? Like at the beginning of the series, like
Yeah,
yeah, which I thought because I'm like when they're going through that whole thing, I'm like, man, this is literally just sounds like
it's Alicia, right?
yeah, Alicia. So yeah, I feel
So
like
Alicia's like gonna be the next hero for sure.
yeah, this had a I feel like this had a lot of like good lore drops and um yeah, good progression for the plot. Also just obviously a whole lot we don't know yet. Stuff still shrouded in, mystery, but that's what keeps, us invested and keeps us watching. So yeah, I do like to see Alicia's kind of taking action and trying to get more people kind of in
Getting
her.
fucking shut down by Clan.
Yeah, that was funny.
God, I
Uh
hate this motherfucker. He won't talk to me. He's ditching me. Did he ditch me for those too? What the hell? I can't even talk to him. I could use the icker, but he could fucking ignore me.
yeah, that was great.
It's like, yeah, basically. But he did have his own thing to get to, so you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of his own thing to get to, Ascendance of a Bookworm. We got a new ingredient.
So this was just like what they do for the winter, they do it for the spring. Obviously it's a different um
Well,
like different thing they're
uh
after, right?
yeah, basically, if this isn't explained, which really annoys me, but essentially, when Rosemine became nobility, she was given a total medical workup by Ferdinand, who figured out what is wrong with Rosemine.
Mhm.
When Rosemine became Rosemine, so at 5 years old, when her Urano woke up, um, when Urano took over the body, Rosemine died, or mine died. When bodies with mana die in this world, they turn into Fey Stones. You know, the Fey Stone that she had to turn her bus, her panda bus, right?
Mhm. The Totoro.
Um, yeah, the Totoro. That is basically what humans become when they die, or people with mana become when they die. So that's what was happening in her body. So her mana organ essentially, her veins, I guess, in her body where the mana flows, there's literal like rocks in them because her body was starting to turn into a face stone because she was literally dead. And like she was dying a lot, right? So because mine or Urano was good enough to keep it under control, she was able to keep the mana flowing and also able to condense it enough so it wouldn't kill her. What that means is right now, mine's body is fucked. There's instead of it basically she has a whole bunch of clogged arteries. And you know, clogged arteries means heart attacks.
Hmm.
But she has clogged arteries for her mana. So what they're going to do is make a dwarf, which what it is it's a phoenix down if you know Final Fantasy. It's a revive potion. They're gonna go make a revival potion. Or what it really is, it's a cure all. So what it does is it goes into your body and it cures any disease you have in you. What that will do for mine is that would cause all of the stones in her body, all of the clogs in her arteries essentially to melt down and become mana so that she can be healthy again. Because that's what's wrong with her body. That's what Ferdinand found out. We were supposed to learn this off rip. We never got that. So he's been trying to get her able to make her own cure all potion, which every noble has one because they make one in the Royal Academy. They're trying to make hers early. The only way to do that is they need ingredients of very high quality for every
Season.
season. Thank you. I said summer. I was like that. I know that's not fucking right. It's every season. So they need a specific ingredient for every season. In the winter, they tried to get the winter ingredient, but they failed. So now they're getting the spring ingredient,
Yeah.
which is which they did get, which is the honey,
Yeah.
right? The nectar. So they need 3 more ingredients.
So they're gonna have to
And
do
then
winter again.
they're gonna have to do winter
Is
again.
winter gonna be just the same exact thing it was before? Or is there gonna be
No.
like, oh, okay, okay,
Well, I mean, it's going to be the same concept, yes, but it won't be the same thing.
okay.
But yeah, so essentially they have to do this in the summer. They have to do this. They're gonna have to come up with a reason to, hey, mine needs to be gone for like 10 days during the summer. And they're gonna basically they're gonna sit there and go, okay, while we're doing X thing, she has to actually be going to gather an ingredient because they want it to be secret. Because doing this is like saying that she needs one of these potions means that there's something wrong with her,
Yeah.
you know? And that's not something they want to advertise, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, that's what they're doing it in secret, which is why only Ferdinand is there. Only Ferdinand, Ferdinand's guards, and Rosemine's guards, right? So they're the only ones that really know. Obviously, Sylvester knows, and of course, Rosemine's bi- uh, technical biological dad, adopted dad first.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karstead knows, right? But that's all that knows, right? So yeah, that they're getting this ingredient to make her this potion. Um,
I thought the way they
this
showed I thought the way they showed off a lot of like the just like the whole like the bath or whatever you want to say, like the
the
spring.
goddess's bath,
Yeah, the
yeah.
goddess's bath, the way they like showcased it, I feel like was really beautiful. And then you had like obviously like mine singing and they were playing
Mhm.
the what is it, the hair spiel or Haarspiel or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Uh yeah, like this was like this had like just like a kind of beautiful sort of
had a
feeling.
magical
Yeah,
feel,
magical
right?
feeling to it, yeah.
I remember reading this because, like, essentially what happens, right, is that keep in mind Fran made the same prayer. Because at first you can think, okay, well, it let all the people who did the prayer in because, like, of course none of the guard knights did the prayer. None of the guard knights, and obviously not Sylvester, they didn't do this prayer to get here. Or Ferdinand didn't do this prayer to get here. So that's why they're not allowed in.
They never
But
actually explained
Fran
that why they weren't let
did.
in.
But Fran did, and Fran wasn't let in either.
Yeah. But
So
if
it
it's a
seems like
goddess's bath,
it was a goddess's
they don't
bath,
want
and
the
they
men peeking on them.
oh, exactly, and all the girls were in the bus, and only the bus was taken, and it was taken to that place, right?
Mm,
And they it took the girls to the bath with it, and basically said, "You're allowed to be here."
right.
You get like that's what it felt like to me, right? And it's like, oh, that's so cool. And there was this power, and that kind of goes to show you how real the gods of this verse are. Like they told Ferdinand to fuck off. Like Ferdinand tried to get in there, and they told him go fuck yourself. Like you can stay out there and watch, right? Another neat thing, which it didn't really, we didn't see Ferdinand yelling at the bubble saying, "Hey, Rosemine, like watch out," you know. He didn't say that. He thought that. He didn't say it, right? In the novel, no, he was screaming at the bubble, "Watch out! Watch out!" Nobody inside the dome, even if they were right next to him, couldn't hear him.
Mm,
It was completely closed off. Like, sure, you can watch, sure, I don't give a shit, but you're not allowed in here, and you're not gonna fuck with anything going on in there. Like, this is happening whether you like it or not. Like, so that's so cool that the goddess, or at least it seems like, right? The goddess has invited them in, gave them this magical experience, and they sung and offered their own prayers back, basically, and it made this like really beautiful, like out of like a fairy tale scene happen.
Yeah.
And then Rosamund goes up and says, "Can I get some of this nectar?" And it goes, "On God, come up, yeah, come get it, get that shit." And it let her take it until she was done. And then it tried to put her down, but it took too long, right? And
The sun
the
came up.
magic was like fading.
Yeah.
But that was so cool to me because that tells you so much about like how these gods and goddesses are real, and like how much they actually can like affect this world. And like we know the gods and goddesses at the very least had to like exist, because Rosemine, the only way she doesn't know spells, she offers prayers and magic happens, right? So she's the biggest example of, yeah, no, I just pray and shit happens, you know? And like I feel like that's gonna cause so much like grief like later in the series, you know? It feels like it because like she hasn't been taught any magic, but she does some really powerful magic because she just prays. And I'm like, how is this gonna affect things later, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a fun thought.
Yeah. I feel like I guess that like does make sense though. Like if that was like the reason that like it's kind of like the peeping tom thing. Like maybe like the god, like right, the goddess or whoever was in the bath, right? Like didn't want peeping toms, like men peeking in or seeing, right? Maybe that's like the whole bit behind it. So yeah, I did like how they presented that. Um, definitely like you said had a magical kind of feel to it. The other thing I wanted to mention that stuck out to me was the bit about it was a pretty brief scene, but it was a scene where I forget was it I think it was Ferdinand's retainer who kind of questioned like how or like why he trusts mine so much. I think it was cuz I think she like didn't she give him food or something?
Yeah, Eckhart. Yeah, Eckhart reacted some type of way
Yeah.
to
So
Ferdinand
that tells you
being
that
trusted
he doesn't trust, and it's probably
anybody.
from his I mean, they even showed, I think, a glimpse at his past too during that scene.
Yeah,
And so obviously he has like some kind of like PTSD around you know,
trusting people.
trusting people. So but yeah, that was something that stuck out to me, that the fact that he just kind of like didn't really have a second thought and just was like, "Oh,
Yeah, and the fact that Eckhart reacted so strongly to that,
yeah, yeah."
whoa, wait, what? Cause yeah,
Like he was like,
something we see a lot, and this is something that's subtle, and I'm glad you picked up on, because I never would have mentioned this otherwise, because I try not to mention things I know because of the novel. Um, if you pay attention, the only person Ferdinand takes food from is Rosemine. The only person.
kind of crazy.
He doesn't take food from anyone else. Um, he unless it's his own retainer, unless it's someone he has working under him, he never accepts food from anybody except for Rosemine. Not even his brother.
Wow.
So that is like, the fact that you notice that means I can say that.
Mhm.
If you pay it attention, he does not accept food um Sylvester's retainers. He has his own cooks at the place, which, if you remember, was mentioned that everywhere they go, Sylvester has his cooks, and Sylvester's cooks cook for Karstad, etc. And Ferdinand has his own cooks, and of course mine has her own cooks. And
So
we see that a lot.
bro had to be what, like poisoned or like something, right? Like his food had to be fucking someone fucked with his food at some point, surely.
Daily, not at some point,
Oh,
every day.
Oh damn, that's fucked.
Veronica, you know,
Oh, of
that girl,
course.
yeah, Sylvester's mom,
Yeah.
basically poisoned him every day of the every single day they cooked, like, that he
Wow.
ate from her people, it was poisoned.
Jeez.
And she did not like him.
That's wild.
He has trust issues. You are correct. There is a reason for it.
That is kind of like, I don't know. His whole reasoning was just like, oh, that girl just cares about books, you know?
I mean, that's what he says, but he trusts her.
Yeah.
Which again, a victim of abuse like he is, he can't say that either though, because if he says that, then that's a something they can exploit, which is why Eckhart was so surprised, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, he trusts her. That's crazy.
Mm,
Like, wait. So yeah, neat little thing.
for sure. Yeah, it was a good episode
Nice,
though.
nice
Just
picking
with
up on it.
with the goddess stuff and how that was
The goddess
presented and
stuff for sure.
yeah.
That time I get reincarnated as a harem lord. I mean, slime.
This episode wasn't as, I feel like, maybe noteworthy as like the past couple episodes we've been getting, but I feel like it probably was pretty important with like with Gran and the whole hero bit. Um what did they call it? Like a true hero, and how I guess it's like a counterpart, I guess, or like they the way they explained it, I think it was Luminous, right, who explained it. It's kind of like how a demon lord evolves or whatever, right? I think that it
Yeah,
was, yeah, it was something like it sounded like a counterpart, like the other.
basically a true demon lord, right? And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
counterpart is the hero or the saint, right?
right.
And he is that's what he is, right? He
Yeah,
is one of them.
right. So yeah, that was definitely a big deal with this episode. Also they dropped some bits that like I don't know if this is accurate or not, but they said that Gran, I guess, is stronger than Hinata right now. I don't know if that's true, but they did say that in the episode. That was something that definitely caught my attention. Which I figured he was gonna be way more freaking formidable and than freaking Maribel. As much as they tried to make Maribel freaking seem like she was gonna be some big, villain or player in this, it's like I feel like Granville actually, like, I feel like there's more there, like, right, especially with his whole past as like a hero and um yeah, his past with Luminous
Mhm.
and a lot of that. So
Definitely the bigger threat.
yeah, yeah, 100%. And just like his influence, obviously, too, that he has. um
Mhm.
yeah, that's also a big deal.
For sure.
Obviously the bit with Yuki, their kind of little team up they have right now, which, yeah, finally Leon is gonna, I guess, be making a move as a result of kind of, that. So
Of that bullshit. Dude, I think the
feel like
funniest part
Leon's
about
been in that chair for a damn eternity, bro.
I just want to point out the funniest fucking set of lines of this episode, and I'm not gonna say any lines because I don't remember them exactly. But essentially, Valentine and or Luminous and freaking Rimuru are talking, saying, "Yeah, you fucking dude, Granville's trying to start a problem. He wants us to fight. Why would we fight each other? I don't fucking know. He's clearly trying to get me to fight you and you to fight me. Fuck if I know what he's trying to do. Okay, well, that's annoying." And then you get Leon on the other side of the spectrum. First off, mentioned, hey, John, she's not sending
Yeah,
nuclear magic at us
she's
anymore.
gone.
W was. Wait, what made that bitch move? I don't know. We'll figure it out soon, I'm sure. And then the line of getting approached by the Eastern merchants, which is really just our boys, the Harlequin Alliance,
Yeah,
uh clearly trying to make him go after Rimuru for Chloe, because guess what? He wants Chloe for some reason. Um,
They did show a
and
little
him,
glimpse of their past too.
their past,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so
Hey, Leon is Chloe's big brother. Look at that.
mm,
Or something like that. Or they called each other, or she at least called him big brother. So there's something going on there. Who fucking knows?
right.
Um, and we get that whole scene, and then they're like, so they're trying to get me to fight Rimuru. Why do they want me to fight Rimuru? But he might have Chloe though. And he's with Luminous right now. Fuck, let's go see Luminous, I guess. it's like I just love Yuki in the fucking corner going, yes, I'll get these three superpowers to fight each other. And all three superpowers, the first thing they fucking say is, why are they trying to get us to fight? I don't think they understand. We're not gonna fight each other. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But they want us to fight, so whatever.
I
I
like
guess
how
we'll see what they want.
the first thing he said was like that guy is probably being fucking brainwashed or something. Like he's being controlled. Like Leon ain't stupid, bro.
I love that shit, dude. They are not stupid. I am so happy that after Clayman being a fucking moron, that the rest of the demon lords are not fucking morons. Dude, I swear people have watched the first 2 seasons of this show and they're like, man, these demon lords are fucking morons. And now we're watching season 4 and people are like, wait a second, these demons aren't fucking morons. Hell yeah. They're not gonna fall for this shit. I'm like, yeah, thank fucking God, because what the fuck? You're trying to get us to fight? Why? That's stupid. What? I'm so happy. I love the fact that these demon lords are not morons and they're just like, these guys are fucking obvious.
Yeah.
Like, all right, remember, let's box, I guess. Fuck it. All right. Like, but no. We do get to see something really cool. There is a specific person in one of the grand backstories. You see him there. He doesn't have any lines of dialogue, but that is an important character you will see soon. It's really cool.
Hmm.
That's all I'll say on that. Also, of course, Leon and Chloe, there's something there. Chloe seems to be an important character again. Season 1 she was important and then now she's important again. Who knows what kind of connection there is there. The Demon Lords, like I said, I'll be the broken record and I'll say it again, they're not stupid, thank goodness.
Yeah. I
Um,
I can't wait to unpack more of like the obviously the stuff with Chloe, Leon, and
mhm.
um, you know,
And Valentine with the person
yeah, the
in
person
the
down in the
ice.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the seal or whatever it is.
Yep.
That's really cool. I can't wait for at the end of this season, probably the end of this core, when I tell you everything that's going on here, and you guys look at me like I'm a crazy person because I was watching this episode and I kind of got a flash of inspiration. So I went to my dad and I told him this entire plot point and I completely explained everything. And you know what my dad said? My dad straight up said, "So it sounds like he was really high and he looked at a ball of yarn, and that's how this plot point came out."
Jeez.
so
It's like that.
so so there you go. That my dad's wise words on how this author, how Kuze came up with this plot point. So I'm excited for you guys to get this full plot point so you can weigh in on that opinion. Do you think this author got really fucking stoned and saw a ball of yarn and that's how this plot point came about?
Yeah,
It
because right now I don't like you wouldn't really.
doesn't seem very
Yeah,
complicated right
yeah,
now.
yeah. But they have yet to really dive deep
They have
into it.
yet to
So
dive into any of this, so
But yeah, when you got Otherworlders and you got probably, I think timeline freaking shenanigans was mentioned or brought up in like last week's pod or maybe the one before that. When you got shit like that going on, oh boy,
Who knows what's going on,
yeah.
honestly.
But
Uh,
yeah, Slime. It was still a solid episode, but like I said, not maybe hitting as much as like what we've been getting lately. But I do feel like there's still a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Obviously with Leon, Chloe, Granville, even like the one dude that looked like a fucking. I wanted to say a kaiju, but I don't like it was like an insect like looking like his whole like design looked pretty dope. I thought.
that's the character I mentioned that we haven't seen much of, and he had like no lines of dialogue.
Oh yeah, I mean we did. Yeah, they showed him a little bit in this episode.
That's what I said. I
Yeah,
said, yeah,
I
that's an
think he
important
did
character.
talk. I think he did talk.
I think he had like one line of
Yeah,
dialogue. Yeah.
yeah, he didn't say much, but yeah, that was
But yeah,
someone who I was like, oh, I like his design at least, but there wasn't
yeah.
really a whole lot more to talk about.
Say it,
Yeah,
but you know,
but yeah, curious to see where we'll go from there. Last but certainly not least, we have Mushoku Tensei season 3, episode 5,
which I
which
bring up one more time. Would you have a threesome? In case we cut it out of the
I feel like
beginning.
that's a bucket list thing. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
But nah, this episode, I feel like I could just kind of tell the kind of episode this is gonna be from the very start, and I just thought like this is just gonna be like a feel good episode, right? Because you started off with Cliff and Alina Lise and their
Man.
wedding, and everybody in the nice get ups and seeing characters just in different attire you don't really ever see them in. It was just really cute. Like everyone looked good. Rudy had like his hair done and like all slicked back and stuff, and he was looking handsome. And obviously all the girls were looking really pretty. And it was just it was and you had the OP playing over the freaking thing as well. Uh, yeah, it was a really nice way to start off the episode. But I just kind of watched that. I'm just like, okay, this feels like it's gonna be like a feel good uh kind of episode to me. And I know at the beginning of the episode still we had the Alina Lee stuff and talking like spreading the seeds, right, for Rudy and stuff like that talk. And the as
Fucking
Rudy put it, what was it, the devil or the demon whispering in his
the
ear.
devil on his shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so you had that, but still I kind of had the feeling like, oh, this is gonna be a feel good episode. And I feel like it definitely was. Like
Yeah.
this was such like a satisfying episode, right? To see, especially after everything that's happened. Obviously, the teleportation bit, and obviously Paul's death, and
Paul's
yeah,
death and the teleportation labyrinth
yeah,
and everything that's happened. A little bit of a nice brief respite.
yeah. It was
And
just
then
so
you see the
nice
title of the
seeing.
next episode.
Yeah, I did see that, and I'm just like, oh fuck, like the good
Fuck.
times don't last long, huh? But
Uh,
now seeing everyone together and just at the same table, and just being able to be there as family, and uh the gift giving and stuff that Aisha and Norn got, and even like Roxy as well. And um yeah, it was super nice. Even the Zenith bit, like that hit, man. Like just the fact that she, especially for Norn, right, that she had that, like you could still tell like she does, like I feel like she is aware like what is going on, but I feel like she's like not able to obviously express herself, which is just so fucked, man. Because obviously she has these reactions to these things that we saw in this episode, right? And it's just like, damn, like she can't even really like say anything, obviously, or kind of like she can express somewhat, but it's just not like to the extent. It's so sad, man. But still I feel like it was a positive, a big positive, right? That we got that. Like even the hand holding, um, that was like another thing too. Like so there was a couple glimpses with Zenith here where I was like, okay, maybe we're, some progress is being made, or if you'd want to call it that. I feel like compared to how we've been seeing her, mostly, I feel like that was like I feel like eye-opening as even to a lot of the characters in that moment. They were like even obviously surprised by it. So um yeah, really loved just a lot of like the family dynamic in this episode, and even like the little fishing trip that they went on.
Roxy and Norn getting closer.
Yeah, Roxy and Norn, Rudy being a dick and using fucking magic, dude.
No, no, dude, he caught a boot. He wanted to show his sisters how cool he was.
Bruh, yeah, I mean, he was still a dick for that, man. That's some shit I
Also,
probably would have done though, honestly. Like, I ain't losing,
bro, throw
bro.
dynamite into the lake.
I ain't fucking losing, bro. Get out of here.
You are not out fragging me, all right? I will unplug your controller. I don't give a shit. I'm not being out fragged by my damn little cousin. That is the type of shit you would do.
Like,
Nah, that was
honestly,
so good.
yeah.
We get to see something really neat. Rudy made lightning his own spell. He made a smaller, condensed version of it, which he calls electric.
Electric. Yeah.
Electric. This is, and I don't think this is a spoiler to say, this is one of Rudy's iconic spells for going forward.
Mm.
This is one of his signature spells from now on. Quagmire, Stone Cannon, and of course Electric. Um, there's something that Electric can do that Stone Cannon and Quagmire just can't. You shall see later, I'm sure. But yeah, it's cool. Just something I would thought I would say is a fun little thing he has now.
Mm.
Um, which he figured out because he kind of figured out how lightning worked, right? It was stated earlier in the series that his stone cannon is so powerful to a degree. I think Body Gotti told him that that stone cannon is terrifying. Like it is not a because stone cannon is like the most basic of basic spells, right? But with all of the condensing of mana and the force that he puts behind it, it is equivalent to an emperor level spell. Like that's how much power his stone cannon packs. And Body Gotti mentioned that to him. That's like, no, that thing's a fucking weapon of mass destruction that you have there. And so he knows how to condense and he knows how to power up his spells. So the theory held for him that all he has to do is make a little rain cloud and he can make a smaller version of lightning. And he put that to practice here. And yeah, he caught a lot of fish. W him, right?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
I
Now
didn't.
we get the 10th birthday, which if you do remember in season 2, Paul did say we're gonna throw a big party when we get home, and he was referring to, yes, the party for everyone, but also like Rudy said, these girls never had their birthday party for turning 5 or
5
10.
or 10, yeah.
So they didn't have either one, and Paul said he was gonna throw that party for them. And Paul didn't make it back, but everyone else did, and they threw that party. And Rudy did a good job. He did the good son thing, the good parent thing here, and gave them that party that they didn't get, which was so beautiful and it was so nice. It also doubled as a kind of a wedding party for him and Roxy, which was cute because Roxy didn't feel like part of the family yet, right? There
Yeah.
were various reasons because of course Norn doesn't really accept her, but gets to here. And of course that she didn't get her party, she didn't get her celebration. And so Sylphie and Rudy said we got to put an end to that shit and give you your celebration, and they did that here, which was really nice.
Yeah, I feel like
Um
that, and like obviously the gift is like their way
yeah, the
of
hat,
like
it's
you're
so cute.
welcomed here, right?
Yeah, you're
So
welcome here. Like you're not
yeah.
an interloper. Stop saying you are, type thing. Um, Zenith, of course, we get another glimpse that yes, Zenith is there, or at least it seems that she's there.
Yeah.
Um, so that's comforting.
It's like some.
If not
It's
a
kind of
little
like some
sad.
Casca like shit. Feels like to
Yeah.
me. Cause like I feel like when like after the eclipse with Casca, like there were points where you could like tell that like, oh, the Casca is still in there somewhere, right? But it's
Mhm.
just like obviously she can't express that, or, you know.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels, it reminds me of that. Um,
But yeah,
yeah, to see her
um,
smiling, the hand obviously with Norn,
with
uh,
Norn with, Norn and
and
Lilia.
Lilia, yeah. Yeah, very,
Yeah.
very nice, very nice moments. And I feel like just like was this whole episode really like, but the family bit obviously at the table with all them was like big like payoff, like I said, for like
Right.
kind of everything that's transpired. So, um, I know people are gonna say, "Man, I wish they would have showed more of like when they went in the inn and stuff." I don't even know,
No,
like I don't know how much more if they even go into detail in the novel. Like
they don't.
because there's food. They went there for food too, right? Like to eat, I believe.
The food is the food is the excuse to get
Right,
to
right.
that.
But you would think they would show like at least maybe like some of that.
They show none of that. They show them go into the inn and him mention that he's got a room, and they look
This
at
is the
each other
best
and
day of my
go,
life.
"Well then." You know, Refugin does this a lot. Get used to it. I'm sorry if you guys are gooners, you're not getting what you want.
Sorry,
Refugin
Crash.
always fades to black, and yes, he fades to black here too. With them going into the inn, I think he mentions offhandedly later that it was a fun night. Um, but that's about it. He doesn't really go into it.
Fair enough.
Believe it or not, Refugin is pretty tasteful with his sex scenes. He doesn't show them ever. The only time he does is when it's Alina Elise, and that's because Alina Elise is getting railed by 12 guys.
Not anymore.
You know. All I want to point out is we didn't see it in the show, but Body Gotti did fuck Alina Elise too.
Oh my god, the vision of
Yeah.
that is crazy, bro.
Yeah, basically, you remember how they were
That
told,
image
you
is
remember
just.
how Roxy got told that Zenith was in Begarit in season 1?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alina Elise and Roxy and them, they went with Kishirika to the next city, and they met Body Gotti there. And Body Gotti was there, and Kishirika's like, oh yeah, they wanted to go find Rudy, and he's like, this Rudy is person. You've been talking about him a lot. Okay, who is this? And essentially sits there and goes, oh, he's this really cool dude. He has a lot of power. He's really neat. He's a really interesting boy. And he goes, I want to go see him for myself. And then basically Bodyguardy's like, yo, Alina Lee's trying to fuck. Or well, I think Alina Lee said, yo, Bodyguardy trying to fuck. And they did this in front of Kishirika. Kishirika's like, well, my body ain't ready yet. So yeah, go ahead, bro, do you. And Alina Lee is like, on God? He's like, we're gonna be on a boat for however long till we get to the other side, so trying to fuck? And she's like, let's do it. And so yeah,
Hey,
they were boning quite a bit actually.
that's a
So
crazy
there
image.
you go. That's the image I want in everyone's head. Body Gotti
Yeah, not
fucking
what we just
beating that
had with
shit up.
Cliff and Lena Lee's and yeah. Uh,
Anyway,
but nah, it was a really
just imagine any prominent male character in this series has probably stuck it through
probably
the least ones.
yeah. Be a really good episode. Yeah, even though it was
Let's
more
move on
slice
from
of
that. I
life
think that
and it was really nice, just character
it was
wise
good. Yeah,
and
for
yeah,
sure.
really good stuff. So yeah, I think that
Yeah,
about does it. Did
good
you have
episode.
yeah, did you have any of your like top episodes this week, like some of your favorite? I mean, Mushoku's probably up there for me, I will say.
Yeah, Mushoku Bleach. I mean,
Yeah,
Bleach probably
Bleach for
takes number one slot this
Yoruichi.
week. I am a Yoruichi simp. I will be that guy.
Hmm.
Inept Villainess was a lot of fun, but that may be because I watched it today. Uh,
Supermarket I really enjoyed this week.
Supermarket for sure.
Ghost in the Shell has
Um,
just been consistently
Ghost in
good.
the
Polar
Shell.
Opposites was up there for me this week too. Witch of
True.
Mongolia. I feel like there was a lot of Good
Which
episodes.
Mongolia?
Daemons was even
I want to
fire.
love you till you die. Day Daemons obviously was fire as shit.
Yeah, a lot of good
Uh,
episodes. I feel
for
like.
sure.
So yeah.
This was a good week. I'm happy to be able to talk about this with you.
Oh yeah.
This was a fun week.
Very fun week.
Um,
Hopefully we'll be
yeah.
back in full,
Next
the
week,
3-man next week.
our trio.
Yeah, I might have more in my binge bit next week. We'll see, because there are a couple shows that I'm like that I watched like the premieres for, and I just haven't continued. So I might have a bit more to talk about. We'll see what I'm able to get to. But yeah, really good week.
Oh, I didn't mention the fighting game girls one.
I thought
So the fighting game girls one was cool as hell. We got dorm leaders that are doing this shit. They're doing hit confirms and shit. They're fucking grinding out combos and shit to try to face each other. Now there's 4 girls fighting. There's a
oh,
fucking there's 4 of them now. Yeah.
2 to 4,
I said
just like
there's
that.
2 more that got added, you know? It was a lot of fun. I forgot about it, but yeah, that shit was good.
But all right, guys.
That shit's in there. That shit's in there. That shit's in my top 10 too.
All right. Well, now that does it for this
Wow, you know?
episode of Off the Binge. Pretty dang good week, I do have to say.
It was a nice week.
Yeah. Hopefully next week can keep it up. We got some more banger episodes on the way. Although I think
Hopefully.
Slime is gonna be on break
Prime's
next
on a
week,
break.
which kind of sucks. ReZero's not
It's okay,
back
by the time
yet.
Prime comes back, bro, we're gonna be getting fucking ReZero
Yeah,
too.
ReZero and Slime will be like ReZero will be back in 2 weeks. Slime will go on break, but it'll be back in 2 weeks. So we're gonna have Bleach, ReZero, obviously Bleach back in the
ReZero,
mix. So yeah, this
Slime,
season's about to get a whole
Mushoku,
lot better than I feel like it's already been, because there's been quite a bit
Bookworm,
I've been enjoying.
Grand Blue, Smoke 'em out in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
But all right.
Alright, man. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for listening to Yap for 3 hours and 20 minutes or whatever the fuck long it is. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate y'all watching. Do the like and all that bullshit. I'm not gonna say it. Every YouTuber says it. Do the things.
The
If you
YouTuber
want to,
things.
of course. I'd appreciate it. Comment in the comment section below about how I'm a spoiler. Uh Now you walked away, bro, and I literally said, "All right, I'm gonna get some spoiler shit out of here." That was a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks for doing this with me, of course, Nate.
Of
This was a
course.
lot of fun this week. I can't wait for next week. Hopefully, we get some good shit. Hopefully, Rudy's whole life doesn't fall apart next episode.
Yeah, I mean, just with a lot of the cliffhangers we had this week, and even like, yeah, that episode title next
Uh,
week, it's like, bro,
sheesh.
I'm a little
Shadow.
scared, like excited too, but like scared, yeah, for this next week. But we'll see when that time comes.
We'll see.
Be here next week to hear our thoughts on week 4. And yeah, we'll see you all at that time.
Next time.
Same time, same place, same channel, So yeah,
Maybe. I mean, sometimes we do it
hopefully.
differently.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace out.